vast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, your celebratorily centennial and knavishly nautical DM, Josh the Pirate even, and it brings me more of a thrill than plundering a whole port city without firing a shot in anger to welcome ye back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for a very special one-shot, for it be the 100th official episode in the Humblewood. Above me, I have a very hearty crew. My guests who have kindly agreed to come and celebrate with me. The elated Nate Elder, the glorious Big Daddy Viking Mitch Earnshaw, the jubilant Aaron Schlink, and the exultant Matt Randall. So, let's talk about these lovely beans, shall we? Nate, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello everyone, my name's Nate Elder. I am one half of the incredible team at Wood & Forge, makers of Australia's and probably the world's finest heirloom quality, seeing a lot of nods, that's good, tabletop accessories, like this beautiful she-oak tabletop. I'm doing the ad, I'll stop. This hand-turned pen dice keeper, as my beautiful models showing off today. Head over to woodandforge.com/Corsair's Cove. It helps out the channel, helps out Josh. I'm also a D&D tragic, a mongrel that costs most of the Australian D&D scene, dungeon master, storyteller, and all-around fun guy.
That's it. Can support in most of those. Mitch, who the heck are you?
Somebody's going to have to remind me. I'm awfully tired. No. Hey, going everybody. My name is Mitch, the artist formerly known as Big Viking Mitch, and I am very glad to be back here with the Humblewood crew. Well, a different crew this time, a ship crew, but still. Very glad to be back playing Nevermore once more, and I should just put it out there that I don't know, I just keep calling people peasants, and I have ever since playing Nevermore. It's just like it's come across into my everyday life now. If somebody's being an idiot, I'm just like absolute peasant. Nevermore lives.
Excellent.
And you can find me on Twitch, Twitter. That's the thing, right? Mitch Earnshaw on Twitter.
Awesome. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Karen, sometimes known as the mother of bunnies, and technically the other half behind the Cove of Corsairs. I performer, a writer, internet addict. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies, where I retweet cute bunny pictures and get mad about random shit. This is the best thing to do on Twitter. You can even get mad at Twitter now because the freaking timeline's so messed up. Anyway, you can also listen to me on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, or find me here currently on Thursday nights where we're playing Dream Daddy.
Yes,
we're
we
trying
are.
to find Dream Daddy, and we thought that we were gonna go for Matt, the cool, sexy coffee shop owner, but apparently we're doing a great job of hitting on Damien, the vampire guy. So I don't know, maybe
we can help him turn his son's life around.
That's who I went for as well.
Yeah, Lucian's a bit cool. I don't mind a kid. And Matt, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm Matt Randall. I'm an actor, teacher, role-playing enthusiast. Typically a half-orc, often known as Mugborg, but today I will be coming in as a hedge.
Marvellous. And mesdames et messieurs, dames und herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, which I run with me lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies. But you know that, because you've done it already. Good job. Keep joining me. If you want more of my face, you can check me out on Monday nights, where I run Humblewood of Midnight and Madness, and we will be bringing back Monsters and Magic Civil War for Season 4, starting on Thursday nights in whenever we finish Dream Daddy, basically. I'm not starting it until Dream Daddy's done. I need to know. On Tuesday nights, I do tactics.
We can't always do that thing.
Never!
Move it to Monday night.
Yeah, we could switch, I suppose. We could move it to other places.
Or we could just prioritize our search for love in the all-dad cul-de-sac we live in. It's a weird game.
It is a weird game. If you like the majestic voice, but you think I can stand to turn the face down a bit, you can check me out the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar und his little dragon, Rosh. Karen, can you tell me about the Ukrainian people, please?
I can. You've probably heard about the war in Ukraine. It kind of just stumbled past its 1-year anniversary, which is the kind of anniversary you don't want to celebrate. Links up in chat for our 2 Ukrainian-based charities that you can donate to, because they still need help. Yay. Not Anye. So the first one's the Emergency Action Appeal, which is a Australian collaboration of charities, not-for-profits, that you can donate to support Ukrainian refugees. And the second one is for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is a wonderful little mini D&D booklet you can purchase digital. You can download it straight away, no waiting for it to be mailed to you. And it's all inspired by Slavic myth. It's got a gorgeous map. It's got a little one-shot, which is actually on our YouTube. If you would like to go have a little sneaky peek at what the one-shot is like, you can go hunt the Firebird with us. It's really nice. And the minimum donation for that is £1. But as I like to tell people, if you've ever had this secret urge to own a £1,000 piece of D&D memorabilia, you can make it happen. You just have to hit the £1 donate button 1,000 times. You might be able to just type it in.
It's a weird fetish, but we support it. Now,
I'm pro charity fetishes.
We must remind our raucous, robust, and possibly even slightly rumpled audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. And we have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there. On the Discord, you can find a lovely supporting community, mostly memes, a lot of memes actually, pictures of artwork and creative projects. And whenever I finish doing something on Tactics Tuesday, I put up the results. So yesterday we put up the Josh the Pirates or Corsair's Cove's new and improved Wild Magic Surge table, which is much, much better than the 50 option rubbish that's in the player handbook. It's got 300
more
options.
Entertaining.
And a lot more.
It's really good.
So
Put
you
some
can
weird
do
shit
all
in
of
there.
those things. But I suppose, mateys, with all of that done, I suppose we should get on with it. So, mateys.
Oh, but Josh,
Oh, what?
isn't there like a little
well,
like
yes, there
a little
is. We do
thingy?
have a
'Cause it's a special episode.
We do have a
or
small little
something?
bit of a giveaway tonight
little bit of
because
something.
this is, of course, the 100th episode in the Humblewood. So we have we've got a little gift bag, a little goodie bag of Corsair's Cove stuff, and the headliner thing in it is this little bad boy, a Corsair's Cove commemorative coin. A fun alliteration to say. Beautiful little thing. It's got a Wooten Forge one on the back, and it's got this on the front. And if you do miss out, that's sad for you, but you could head to Wooten Forge and buy one. We also are giving away a
/Corsair's Cove.
Upperotica notebook.
Because I finally got a binding machine.
Yeah. And a couple of other bits and pieces as well.
We got some stickers. There's a pin. Basically a little grab
So
bag
if you
of
type
stuff from our
yourself-
various creative projects.
Exclamation mark ticket in chat. You could go into the running to win this wonderful giveaway baglet. Well, mateys, if you'll excuse me, may fair winds guide you to your destination, and any entities living in your eyes be truthful and forthcoming as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood.
Shit.
See, that's upsetting because, like, I know what you're referring to, but things do live in your eyes. Like, there's a bunch of little, like, bacteria up in there.
So, we return to the Everden and the seaside town of Saltar's Point, where a 60-foot sloop named the Herreshoff's Ramble is making ready to sail with the tide. She has taken on provisions and supplies for a long voyage, having been contracted by an adventurer of some note for a private quest, the duration of which he cannot guarantee. He has commandeered the main cabin, but despite his airs and graces, he seems a decent sort, though possibly not what you'd think of when you think of a saviour of Alderheart. And he has an odd habit of stopping suddenly and gazing off into the middle distance. So, please, tell me who you are and what the heck you are doing. What your position on the ship would be, what you look like, how you utilize your time aboard ship? Go on, any of those things.
Well, I'm the captain, Polyarny.
You have the DM's permission to say so.
I do. So, I'm a majestic parrot lady who once was in possession of the Orb of Time. And will tell you about it at length, should you feel inclined to even vaguely hint that that was a thing that happened.
The crew are not 100% on this story. Polyarny has been full of shit on numerous occasions, but, you know, who knows? Maybe this one time she was actually right.
Maybe this one time I held the Orb of Time. Saw all of time. It's great.
And what is Polyarny, like, class-wise, for those who don't know?
She is a Marin Raptor rogue, technically.
Splendid.
But, you know, flavored as a majestic, brightly colored parrot, obviously.
How about Nevermore? Who the heck is Nevermore?
I'm the one contracting this marvelous vessel here. I do have some experience in nautical travel. I don't know if you recall from the past, but my father used to have a lake, and I would go sailing it quite often, so I'm familiar with naval travel. I'm a very distinguished-looking Corvum, dressed in beautiful black and silver robes, with a elaborate staff and rings on my talons, and I'm just a good-looking gentleman, except for, some would argue, except for the glowing, gaping hole in one side of my face. It doesn't look too horrendous. I was just stabbed there once, and something was left inside. But we don't really talk about that unless you're on the know. So that would be me.
Finian, who the absolute heck are you?
Oh, well, I'm Finian, and it's very important that we understand that I'm the first mate on the ship. First mate, very important job. I'm a hedge. I'm very well dressed, no less majestic because of my size. I am carrying around a very large ledger covered with metal, mainly iron, attached to a large chain which is attached to my belt. I never lose my notes, and I never miss a page. I'm keeping a close eye on the ship, and generally getting in everybody's business, telling them they're not doing a good enough job.
And being on the receiving end of being told he's not doing a very good job is a long-necked turtle with a peg leg who wanders the hold of the ship, limping at a very deliberate and slow pace, muttering to himself as his very long neck looks over barrels and the armaments and the real stock of the ship. Otto is the quartermaster, the disgruntled and never appreciated second mate of the ship.
The clue's in the name.
Yeah. Alrighty. Splendid. Polyarny, it's been probably about 3 months since you last sailed. Well, no, sorry, as in since we last saw you sail.
Since we last saw.
When you took a promising young pirate, one might say, out to see if he couldn't find a shipwreck. You were very successful in finding the shipwreck, and you did manage to lose Arthur Breakbill. What has happened since then, and to Polyarny, and have you made any modifications to your vessel in light of the events of that adventure?
See, you asked that question, and I feel like it's something we probably discussed, and I should remember doing. No?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, Pollyanna, having witnessed, a goose man become one with a boat by the sheer power of believing that he is a boat, was a slight spiritual moment. And then she moved on, and just kept doing her piratical business, getting hired jobs, occasionally looting some stuff. And yeah, avoiding spooky shipwrecks that might demand like a human sacrifice because she's not down for being a boat.
Yes, for those not in the know, that was a sort of part of the ship, part of the crew situation.
Yeah, we totally ripped off Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
What's this we business? I did it.
Like, I was there.
You helped. Orb of time?
let it
Bah.
happen.
Goose into a boat? Now that's spiritual. Nice, Bishop Blood.
How familiar is Nevermore with the fact that these guys have done a bit of pirating in the past?
I don't know. Basically, would you have done your homework on these guys, and would these guys have mentioned that?
I don't think I would have done too much homework. So, yeah.
Poliani is
maybe
a
I wouldn't know.
swashbuckling young sea captain. Finian, on the other hand, and I suspect probably Otto as well, don't really come off as the
Yes.
the grizzled pirates that they actually are.
Yeah.
Look, if you don't explicitly think Poliani's a pirate, you definitely think she would turn to pirating if it benefited her at the time.
It wouldn't surprise you to learn she was a smuggler.
Well, no judgment from me. I've been friends with all sorts of trashy vagabonds in the past, so it's all right.
Whoa! Whoa!
Are they fighting? Are they, Karen? Are the bunnies arguing?
The bunnies are arguing. They haven't done that for ages. Guys, we are live.
Alrighty. So you cast off into a car. Well, is there anything you would like to do before you set off?
Nothing in particular. I've been itching to get out of this damn library. As much as I enjoy knowledge, I'm very much looking forward to the sea breeze.
Cool.
Well, before you can enjoy the sea breeze, you're going to have to read this safety induction.
Oh, again with the safety inductions. I'm getting out of here.
Don't you remember how we lost 7 crew members on the last journey because they didn't read the safety induction?
Yes, and my
No
bloody
problem.
leg.
I am very accustomed to reading. Pass it here. No complaints from me.
Very well. And yeah, you cast off.
Poliani tolerates the OH&S because she knows technically she can use it to her advantage if any of her crew decides to sue her. Like, oh
cast
no,
off.
they did the briefing, yeah.
Into a calm mid-morning breeze and bear southwest. Out of the harbour, tacks and sheets flying. Nevermore appears to have a chart and is ordering course corrections seemingly at random, there not being anything to avoid or sail directly towards. Nevermore, the map you have is blank to all but your right eye. Through it, you can see intricate symbols and runes, which seem to twist and move, indicating the correct direction to take.
Ooh.
You proceed in this manner for 2 days. Would there be anything you do during that time?
Well, I'd probably just read this massive book of OSH information. Pass it back, and there'll be a few marks and scratches on it where the spelling mistakes have been found. And with the permission of the crew, I'd like to assist in the sailing of the vessel if possible. It's been a while, but I'd very much like to help.
Well, I'm trying to remember what the accent is. Just Cockney, isn't it?
Johnny
It's just
Depp.
Cockney.
You were going very much, or at least I thought you were going Jack Sparrow.
I can't remember. I should have checked. Well, you actually... Oh!
Because Kesh is Cockney.
Mm. Well, you actually read the manual, which puts you a step ahead of the rest of us, so... Off you go. Any preference?
Okay.
You want to go on the sail? On the wheel? Oh, you can stand here and I can tell you about the time I won the Orb of Time.
I'll handle the ropes.
Not the orb of time.
Shush!
I'm not sure
You
we've
love
ever
the Orb of
actually
Time
seen an
story.
Orb of Time, have we? What is an orb of time? I don't think I've
Oh,
ever seen you.
don't get her started. Don't
Wow.
get her started. Oh, no.
I was on a
Downstairs.
particularly fantastic adventure.
When was this? Because according to my notes, at least for the last 2 weeks, you've been in a tavern.
I
Definitely
resent the
before then.
implication that I am a drunkard.
So before that, you were on a beach with just as much alcohol as in a tavern.
Again, I resent the implication that I am a drunkard.
So
Despite
when
its
you-
veracity.
I am
When
very
did
sure
Officer-
I held the orb of time and I saw all of time. But
You see
apparently
that
not
time
the
that I fought
bastard
the
who
massive
stole from-
elemental?
Sorry, what?
Did you see that time I fought the massive elemental?
Ah, I did.
Sorry, what elemental?
You guys actually would be aware of it. Polyani, not because of the Orb of Time situation, but because Nevermore is pretty famous. He's one of only 4 living saviors of Alderheart. Yeah, about 3 months ago, you actually happened to be out at sea. No, you weren't out at sea at the time. But yeah, there was a fairly major battle outside Alderheart, which is about 3 days' travel from Saltar's Point. And yeah, Nevermore and a team of his pretty much took out a huge elemental,
Followers. We call them followers.
and his dad.
Oh yes, my father as well. He passed away, unfortunately.
Yes.
Happens to the best of us, son.
Yes, it happened to all of us at some point in time. Well, for most of us, I suppose. Maybe not for me.
Well, some people wind up living on an undead ship for the rest of eternity.
Oh no, we don't talk about those ghost ships. We don't talk about them.
Well, it's in the log.
No.
It's in the log. It will be discussed.
Well, you keep it in the log, boy. No.
Will.
You don't want to live forever, Otto?
Some of us might not get that choice, and I'll touch a little amulet as I kind of mutter to myself, and you'll see the amulet around his big, long neck has a symbol of an upside-down ship, which you may have heard him muttering to himself about the Astorial beneath the waters.
See, if
No,
I
I
just
tend-
managed to keep hold of the orb of time, I feel like I could have lived forever.
Oh, here she goes again.
I am intimately familiar with Astorials, so yes.
You keep them away from this ship. Don't trust them. No.
Right, yes,
There's
of
nothing
course.
more.
I say nothing.
This is awkward. Well, around midnight on the second night, a call goes up from the deck. It is of surprise, not alarm. Would anybody be up on the deck around midnight, or would you all be in your cabins? There would be the crew numbers about 7, other than the 3 members of the crew who are on the screen. So there is always somebody to like man the ship while the people who are in charge sleep. But yeah, would any of you be up there at midnight, or?
The old paranoid turtle would probably be on the ship, especially at nighttime. That's when the trouble comes out.
Entirely depends on whether or not I've had any instructions as to whether the ship should be turned in a particular direction.
You think for the next you straight line course for the next little while.
Okay.
Though you only get new instructions when you actually deliberately look at the map.
Okay.
You would know that the island you are searching for is not always in the same place, so a traditional map can't find it.
I see.
The island of Lamaswier.
Polyani's definitely asleep, occasionally muttering, "Orb, time, all of time,
It has unsettled her somewhat. Finian, do you
goose
sleep?
boat."
Goose boat.
No, I think Finian at this time would be below deck, writing his notes for the day, comparing them with previous notes.
Very well.
Very.
If Finian is awake, Polyani is asleep, Nevermore probably be taking his ease then.
Yeah, I'd be resting if I don't have to instruct anything.
Well then, yeah, Otto, you would be aware of this immediately, and Finian, you would hear the call go up, and I will leave it to Nevermore and Polyani to decide whether or not they wake up. When a call goes out, the call is something strange.
Pollyanna just sits bolt upright.
That ain't good. That
Something
ain't
strange!
Oh, that ain't good. Oh, all right. I'm coming. I'm clunk, clunk, clunk as the peg.
Yeah. I'll definitely make my way up as well if I hear strange.
Pollyanna's just running up to the dais and go, something strange! Something strange!
The three of you who emerge up onto the deck, as you're coming up the stairs, you notice that there is way more light upstairs than there should be at this time of night. The light has a soft blue quality, and as you come up above deck, you guess it would seem that the sea is glowing.
Otto, what did you do?
Literally nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah,
I know. You talk to that strange black bird and you tell him what's brought us here.
Can I go look over the side of the ship?
You may. It's jellyfish.
Ooh.
There are large jellyfish floating in the water. They are easily about a meter across, some of the bigger ones. And they phosphoresce? No.
Bioluminescent?
Bioluminesce. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, glowing jellyfish. Bad omen, bad omen.
They are churned up in the wake behind the ship, and they the entire ocean isn't glowing with them. They seem to be gathered around the ship, leading a path for it, heading off to the port bow. It carries along pretty much in the direction you're already heading, but then sort of veers off the further ahead you go.
I stare at the map with my right eye. What is it indicating?
The map would say something quite different. The map is telling you to steer right or starboard in probably half a mile or so.
Master Nevermore, would these glowing jellyfish have anything to do with where you happen to be taken with us, by any chance?
It seems not. And look, don't particularly want to go on any sort of little sidetrack thing. I don't know. Looks a little bit weird, strange. Good call on the strange, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, definitely not the
call them
direction
up
we
in
need to be
the
going.
nest.
Maybe we could try and net one as we go past.
By all means.
Oh, I
like.
advise against that. That's bad luck. Bad luck, Captain. I'll have no part of it. I'll have no part of it at all.
What is it bad luck to yoink a glowing jellyfish out of the ocean?
Otto,
Do you
Carson?
yoink it out of the ocean? Are you going to interrogate it?
Otto,
No, I was going to poke it with a stick.
you can make a
I'm gonna go
religion
get a
check if you
barrel.
like.
Absolutely, I'd love to make a religion
No,
check.
no,
I'm going to be
Otto.
stuck in Irish.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's that orb of time does that to you sometimes. You just go Irish for a while.
Polyani's canonically Irish.
15. A 15. Otto, you've heard of these things. And they're called siren jellyfish. But they often they gather in swarms to lead ships back to safety.
Oh,
Probably would be bad luck to hoik it out then, wouldn't it?
I don't think we should be doing that, Captain. I'm telling you, these things are just to be left alone. They're bad omen if you sail away from them, you see. They want to take you towards safety.
Well, then we should go with the jellyfish.
But that's not where we're going. So
I I suppose the question is, Mr. Nevermore, sir, is where you're taking us considered dangerous?
Honestly, I'm not 100% certain. All I know is this map leads to an island, and once I'm on the island, I'm going to be looking for a specific pool of water up on it. That's
So-
really all I know.
So logically, the jellyfish might be like, oh, it's dangerous over there, but we also are like, yes,
We know.
we do want to go over there. It is dangerous.
Correct.
But we are valiant
Well, I mean, look,
privateers.
Any
You-
direction
Did we-
might
did
be
we charge
dangerous.
for
Who
hazard pay?
knows?
Did we charge for hazard pay?
I don't know. You keep the ledgers.
You are valiant sailor, Captain. I just keep the stocks.
No. We've charged for the low risk rate. Now, if we arrive at this island, or wherever we're going, we find that it is medium to high risk, we should demand extra money.
Right.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Extra
of
money,
course.
extra money. Good idea. Good idea.
So, Mr. Nevermore,
If the
we're happy to
situation that
continue,
we-
but with the understanding that should we encounter an abnormal level of danger to ourselves, you do get charged a little extra.
That is okay with me, as long as we head in that direction. Thank you.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
prep the
Steve?
cannons.
Yeah?
That was actually one of my questions, because it wasn't armed the last time. Polyani, have you invested in weaponry for the ship?
Oh, we got a cannon or two now, you know, just some little ones. Just in case.
Bolt throwers, catapults, not cannon, unfortunately.
Oh, I do apologize.
Gunpowder isn't a thing in this world.
Right, we got miniature catapults.
I'm gonna go get the bolts ready. Always with the trouble.
So, yeah, you instruct the
And they
the
fire
helmsman
rocks
to
that we
steer.
call the turtle's balls.
That's offensive.
But accurate.
Meant to be flattering. Be flattered.
Okay.
You
We could
instruct
have
the
called them
helmsman.
Finian's balls, but you already make enough jokes about me having them, so.
Then
Which
they'd have to be
bag are they in?
spiky. You instruct the helmsman to make a steer to the starboard. However, Nevermore, you notice that the ship ain't turning starboard. If anything, it's turning port.
Can I want to question Irilath, so I'll just suddenly stare off into the void.
Yep.
Any idea what's going on here, Irilath?
The helmsman's not doing his job.
Who is this houndsman you speak of?
The helmsman, the guy who's at the helm of the
Oh,
ship.
the helmsman, not the houndsman. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you said hound. Oh,
No.
apologies. Look back to the helmsman. Does it look like the helmsman is doing their job?
Make me an insight check on him.
Absolutely. I'm very insightful.
He has a sort of glazed look in his eyes.
Ooh.
Captain, you might want to go deal with that.
Oh.
Point over towards the helmsman. Doesn't seem to be steering the right direction. kind of
I would
what
like to go
Matt's-
up to the helmsman.
I'll start making my way over as well.
Yeah. The helmsman, Carl, is... he seems to be looking off into the middle distance, sort of looking at the jellyfish, and doesn't seem to respond to outside stimuli.
Can I, like, do the front of his face?
Yep.
Hello?
Carl is a pretty burly Vulpin, or foxfolk, and he does not appear to respond to your input.
Can
Can
he
I-
be physically moved away from the wheel?
Let me try.
Sure, absolutely. I will just try and kind of like move him by the shoulders away from it. Is there
It's not
resistance?
even a check if you like. It's just a come on over here, Carl.
Yeah.
If you're just gentle with him, he'd probably just sort of like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
But his
that's what I would be
eyes-
gentle. Yeah.
His eyes continue to look at the trail that the jellyfish are leading you on.
Otto, just having a thought. Those jellyfish. You said they were called siren jellyfish. They don't have any, like, hypnotic powers that make you follow them, do they?
Oh, yes, it's part of their black magic, it is.
Right. Well, I think Carl needs to have a little lie down.
All right. Come here, young lad. Come on. See, it's
And
all
Carl
that
hasn't
rum you've
said
been feeding
anything
the
yet.
crew. It's all that
know
rum
about
you've been
this
feeding them, Captain. It's bad for them. It's bad. Look, and I'll take Carl over and just plop him on a barrel or something.
Yep. So who
I will-
takes over?
I will take over the helm and
Very well.
steer in the direction indicated by Nevermore.
Polyani, please make me a wisdom save.
Ooh. Now I need to remember how wise I am. Not very. Oh shit, dirty 20.
Nice. There you go. I should also point out at this juncture, you all have inspiration, even if you didn't before, because we topped 600 followers last week, and your game was in the works, so
Hey,
yeah, I let you have it. Thank you. So, yes, Polyani, it is hard, but you do manage to sort of force your mind to steer right. The effort physically is not difficult, but there is a strong pull to steer to port. But you manage it.
Intriguing. The jellyfish really want us to go left. They're very insistent. So I'm not going to fire Carl. It's not his fault he's a little bit slow.
Yes, we've had a lot of experience with magical things happening, so it's fine. As long as we do go the direction we need to go, then everything's okay. Well
And again,
done.
make a note that if we come across any more jellyfish,
Then you will be paid
Carl is
more
relieved on the
money.
help.
No? Okay, no, okay. Got
We wouldn't protest. The more money that is.
Well, Finian's got to have something to say about secondments of roles and higher duties.
We're one man down, so that's more work for everyone still working.
Oh, again with the division of labor.
Division of
Carl will be
labour.
fine. It just takes him a little minute. Basically, once you're out of sight of the jellyfish, and you looking back at them, you can see the trail that they led was probably a couple of miles long, but there aren't an infinite number of them. But it's a fairly sizable shoal, and you're talking about sort of things the size and shape of a huge lily pad. Yeah. Anyway, well done. You managed to get away from my first evil plan. The following day, just after daybreak, presuming you go back to sleep, Nevermore, do you stay up or?
I will stay up and observe maybe for like an hour or so because I recognize that we need to be turning shortly. So once that turn's been made again, then I will head back down.
Yep.
Yep.
I imagine
how long
Otto
does-
probably isn't up for going to bed even more so than before.
Worse. Super worse. Like, marching very slowly up and down the side of the ship, just making sure any other weird shit ain't coming at us again.
Yep.
His big
How-
long neck just kind of swinging in the breeze like a pendulum.
how long do I kind of feel the jellyfish's influence for?
Half an hour tops. You're making a good clip. The wind. A lot of the time when Nevermore steers you, it brings you pretty much full with the wind behind you, so you're able to go scudding along quite quickly.
Cool. Well, Polly would kind of stay up until she's sure that.
In fact, Polyani,
Influences.
make a survival check. Also something or if it's better, straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence is better.
Okay, make a straight intelligence.
I'm reasonably intelligent.
Yeah, not very
9.
wise. All right. No. Yeah, no. You don't get anything with a 9. That's fine.
Sad.
9.
9.
Oh, after about an hour, I'll pass off to one of my lackeys and go back to bed.
Yep. Very well. Finian? Back to your
Finian
notes.
closely supervises the lackey,
Very well.
uncomfortably, kind of just over his shoulder, glaring at him for any signs of him being charmed.
And yeah, he's sort of... You're right there, Finian.
Keep steering.
I'm steering. Well, I don't... It's not hard. I'm going in a straight bloody line.
Good.
You're poking me with a couple of your spines there, Finian. Do you mind if I can...
Feel like a spine left by any chance? Or...
No.
No?
Stop it. I'm actually steering right now because I'm trying not to be, like, poked by your spines.
Okay.
Alright. Okay? Right.
But I'm watching.
The following day, just after daybreak, a storm sweeps in.
Gosh darn it.
And all the seagoers can make a survival check, which I suppose actually is all of you. No, I would say Nevermore isn't just... It just hasn't spent enough time at sea for this. But the rest of you can.
18 for the Queen of Time.
10.
Too busy staring at Carl.
And a
24
for Otto.
Ooh.
It makes total sense that Otto would get this.
Otto's like our just our expert.
Yeah, Polyani...
Finian just kind of walked it about.
Polyani, this is distinctly unseasonal weather. And it came out of freaking nowhere. Like, yesterday was a very pleasant day. Not a cloud in the sky. The sky was... it wasn't any of this red sky at night business. Actually, sorry, it was a red sky at night, because that's Sailor's Delight. That's what you want. So yeah, it was very nice. But... Otto, this came out of nowhere with no sign coming. This is... You definitely think this is bad juju.
The worst. This is not a good sign. This is not what the clouds said last night. This is no good, Captain. No good can come of this.
Well, it could be worse. It could be raining jellyfish.
That would be haunting, Captain. Terrifyingly haunting.
Could be
Why
raining
did you
acid,
say that?
fire, all sorts.
Oh, I don't like where your heads are going with this. This poor ship has to be captained and crewed by the lot of you. This is bad, though, Captain. This is really bad.
Well, I think a storm's just enough to worry about. We should probably get a little bit of management in place just in case it picks up and goes worse.
All right, I'm gonna go load the bolt throwers again.
No, you do the sails.
Nothing
Oh, just-
unnatural about this storm to Nevermore, is there? It's just a storm.
You can make an Arcana check if you like.
I'd love to.
Or religion if
does
it's better,
your-
but I doubt it is.
What does
15.
your magic eye tell you?
15?
15.
Very well. You would guess, yeah, it does feel like it's magical. Cause unknown, but this is definitely, yeah, definitely not a natural occurrence.
You relax. Does this have anything to do with the island?
Could do.
Can I shimmy up to the crow's nest?
You may. To what end? And Omi, yes, you have correctly bought a ticket. Omi is currently in the winning spot to win a ticket because that's all. Because he's the only person who has. Karen, what
Only
end?
Corvum allowed in the crow's nest.
Well, I'm the captain, and I say it's the parrot's nest.
Go on then.
But mighty presumptuous, I think, trying to give orders on the captain's boats. But I don't think you might pay for that privilege.
Like, can I see how far this storm goes?
No, you can't. Because the visibility within it is very bad. Navigating is increasingly difficult, in fact. What am I doing? Yeah, what do you do? How do you deal with this? Do you deal with that fact?
I will shimmy back down. Be like, Mr. Nevermore, are we still heading in the right direction?
Are we?
Make a survival check.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, nice. So
Where's the bar?
you were up and you open the map out, and you are going in the correct direction. And then, as you are looking at it, a hard turn to port very quickly just appears in front of you.
Okay. Turn port! Turn port!
Hard
Shout
to
it
port!
Hard to port.
Not right in my ear. Ah.
Why are we turning to port?
The map said so. Captain, might I suggest we have somebody at the front of the boat peering over for things we might run into?
I'm
You're a
going.
prize, Pyrrha! Get up the front!
Otto, make a perception check.
Gladly. $23.
Ooh. You hear a creak as the ship comes about, a full 90-degree turn. And thank goodness you did. You just avoided a reef.
Right there. I told you this was bad news. And I'll point to the reef and make sure that Carl at the helm gets a real rollicking afterwards.
Yeah.
Should we have somebody near the anchor just in case we need to drop immediately to stop something from crashing,
Right.
you know?
I'm onto it.
Very well.
How
Carl
close
says,
do you think we
how was
are?
I supposed to see that? I can't see my hand in front of my face.
You got 2 jobs, boy. Don't
You
sink
tell
the
me
boat.
which way to steer, Otto, and I won't bollocks up the other one.
All right then, and I'll.
At this point, I will go right up next to the helmsman, and I will be constantly observing the map,
Like it.
ready to react as soon as possible. Well,
Excellent. Cool.
I'm gonna do that pirate thing where they kind of get up on the ropes and lean out the side of the ship.
In the middle of a nasty storm, you're like, I'm going to do
Absolutely.
something really dangerous. Finian, this
My
definitely
feathers
contravenes
are
our
so-
health and safety.
And that breaches safety rule 92.6 in section 4 of the OH&S manual that I made you read yesterday.
oh,
Appendix-
you've got a rule book as well. Me too.
These be extenuating circumstances, Mr. Finnegan.
It's Finian, Captain.
What did I say?
Finnegan, it's already capturing your brains. Get off the rope before you lose your mind.
Does this rain feel like normal rain to me?
Is it jellyfish?
It's not jellyfish, sadly, I wish.
You wish,
Polyani-
jellyfish.
How would you determine that? What check would you make to determine if this feels like normal rain? Would you make a history check for the last time you got rained on, or perception?
I think the
Nature?
history check. It's the last.
History?
I'm trying to remember. Does this rain feel like every other rain that has trickled over my feathers and into my beak?
Okay. Make a history check.
17 to see if this rain is normal.
It is unseasonal. It's real rain. Actually, I tell you what. It's warmer than you'd expect. Not like suspiciously so, but when you go looking for it, you're like, this time of year, this should be bloody cold, and it's quite like Australian summer rain. Not that any of us can remember that in our lifetime, but like you're walking around outside in rain, but it's 32 degrees, and you're like, it's actually quite nice. Like, I like this. That sort of, could be worse. Could be
Queensland.
cold.
This is mighty warm rain, chaps.
Oh, we get peed on by something. That's a bad omen.
Um,
I think getting peed on when you haven't asked for it is generally considered a bad omen, though.
Now you're getting it.
Nevermore, Irileth says to you, warm rain.
Yes. Does feel slightly warm.
And that is puzzling.
Puzzling why?
Well, it's dreadfully inconvenient
No shit.
and unseasonal.
No shit.
At that point, a lightning strike hits the water right in front of the ship.
Jesus Christ, you almost rode into that one too, Carl. What you doing?
I was supposed to dodge lightning.
Again, you've got
Also,
two jobs.
I didn't hit it.
Enough of your excuses, Carl, or you're getting your rations cut.
Thank you, Finian.
I'll peer up from where the lightning came with my eye, and I just want to see if I can spot anything up there. Does it look like something was casting the lightning? Anything like that at all?
Make an perception or arcana.
And I will also, if I could make an arcana check about warm rain, whether or
Yep.
not there's something to do with that.
I'll count it
but
as one.
I'll go arcana. 22.
22. Yeah.
The
You
dice are
can't
being
see-
very kind.
You can't see anything up there.
You say
but-
that, Karen? Really?
That's the other benefit of having Wooten Forge stuff on hand. There's always wood to knock on.
My
to
head
say
hurts
nothing
now.
can go wrong now. Yeah, up there, yeah, you can't see anything, but you can feel. You know how when a magnet, you know how you feel when you're holding two magnets of opposite polarity against each other, and there's that pull, that slight tug.
Yep.
You're getting that feeling from your Irileth eye towards what's up there.
Oh. Do you think this has something to do with, was it Omgaresh? Was it?
Garesh. I hope not.
It was a very well-timed peal of thunder there.
Is there any reason why they wouldn't want us coming to the island?
Well, we're aiming to acquire their halo. If they want it as well, you might be shit out of luck.
Well, everything seems fine, everybody. Continue on.
But Garesh hasn't been seen for nearly 100 years.
Well, I'm not surprised if they're out on this island.
Well, oh, but he can come and go as he pleases.
Ah,
But at last I heard he was well in seclusion on the plane of life. Ah, thank you very much. Fun. Please type !ticket in chat to go into the winning to win our giveaway. Go into the winning. The running.
Because there was like a big flash of lightning, did that illuminate anything? Like maybe an island?
Make a make a perception check with disadvantage, because you can't really predict it, so it's really just guessing when it's going to happen.
10.
No, not that you could see. However, then a second lances down out of the sky, right about sort of 50 feet ahead in front of the bowsprit. And Carl says, "See, I missed that one too. I'm good at this. Shut up, all of you."
About bloody time, Finian. I think he's hit his stride with this bosun job.
I believe it must have been the induction.
Well,
Why
maybe
didn't you
can
hop
run
up
me
the
through-
top of the mast, Finian? You could be some induction your own self.
Oh, silence, boy.
I thought that was an electricity joke. Wonderful.
Nice,
You can
thank
run me through that induction when you're when we get out of this, Finian. Seems like there might be some value in it.
There's a
Ah,
third
finally.
lightning bolt straight in front of the
Hey.
ship.
Do you ever have the feeling that someone's trying to send you a message?
Yeah,
Carl,
the
are you
message is
aiming-
I'm getting better at this.
Carl, are you aiming for them deliberately?
No. Otto, you can make out a, basically, Otto, can you make me another perception check?
By all means, yes. Dirty 20.
30 fucking 20. The next half hour or so, as long as you guys hold your nerve, Otto directs the ship. Otto and Nevermore between them manage to direct the ship around some increasingly treacherous terrain. Shipwrecks and seamounts. The final straw, however, comes as a trio of lightning bolts, one after another, just pound the water directly in front of the ship. And Carl says, "You know what, Captain? I think I might be beginning to agree with you on the whole no one wants us going where we're going. What do we think, mates? Is this a good idea or not?"
We should
And,
listen to the jellyfish.
There's-
Carl, you shouldn't have said that because I hate being told no.
However,
It's just going to
What?
get worse. This
This
is
is
the
the
orb
induction.
all over again.
Another of the crew says, "I distinctly remember reading in the induction that in a storm situation, we lay a storm anchor and just wait it out, Captain. Isn't that Finian? Isn't that part of Rule 63, subsection beta?"
Yes, but you also forgot to read the clause in that section, because you do as the captain says, or I hit you with my bloody book.
I do remember that one. I was really hoping the captain would have read the book too.
I'm going to go
I
get
like
the
that
chain of
clause.
command.
Look,
think
No,
Finian's
give it
got
a...
it.
Oh gosh, the rabbits
come
are
back with
fighting
the chain.
again. You, stop it.
Oh, hey, Malika. Nice to see you, my dear.
I forgot what I was going to say because the rabbits decided to have another tip. Where were we?
Chain of command.
It's coming. It's
Oh,
right
right.
here. It's right here.
I have
Here you
this-
go, Captain.
I have this horrible feeling that due to the slightly unnatural state of this normally natural weather occurrence, sorry, the rabbits, they're just going at it at the back, that if we stay in one place, the storm will stay with us. I think our best shot is to sail right through it.
Sir, I'm worried that the storm is going to stay with us regardless. I think we should have listened to the jellyfish. Now, Poliani, there is agreeing muttering from all the crewmen except Finian and Otto. You can hear around yourself.
Now, I didn't have all of you down for a bunch of cowards scared of a little bit of suspiciously aimed lightning. You don't trust your captain that held the orb of time aloft?
Oh, God. Here we go.
I don't think this is going to help your case.
I am your captain that did not get bound to a magical ship for all eternity.
How many crew are there? No, there's
7.
balance, so 7, right? 7,
Yeah.
7. Another 10 gold to each of you if you keep going.
And what
The
he
going-
said,
The going rate is 12 gold for increased hazard. I believe we're starting to talk in extreme.
Finian, tap me over. Let's quit while we're ahead, boy. Let's.
You're right, you're right.
Let's,
Yes.
let's-
Pushing it.
and I'll give you all some extra rum tonight.
Make a charisma check, whichever you would prefer, Poliani. What are you doing? Are you persuading or are you intimidating? Or are you lying about the rum, in which case it's deception?
With advantage because of the extra money.
It would be, yes.
I should check on the rum.
Let's go with...
Classic Nevermore, flashing his money around.
Yep.
It kind of has to be persuasion, doesn't it?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think so.
let's go for it. Oh, shite. 14.
Do have a an inspiration.
An inspiration? I feel like I might need it. Watch me roll lower. Boom!
Yep. Boom.
Am I about to have immunity on my head?
The crew are like, they consider it, and then Carl goes, "I don't know about you, mates, but that and then the lightning bolts down again. That thing I just pointed at and it happened. Either I'm a god, or we should get off this bloody ship. They start lowering the jolly boat into the water, and the 7 of them hop in and say, Captain, there's nothing against you, or Mr. Nevermore, or Mr. Otto, or Finian. We just... Look, we'll row back to port, hopefully. And if everything turns out well for you, we'll meet you at some point. We're still good for the working. You don't have to pay us, Mr. Nevermore. That's all good.
Have you all lost your tiny minds? We're in the middle of a storm getting pelted by lightning, and your solution is to get into a smaller boat.
The lightning
Those boys are going to get
strikes
struck by
the
lightning.
front of the ship. Just the water just in front of the ship. And they're like, not getting struck by lightning in this little ship, sir. Not getting stuck at all. Begin to row away.
Hope the jellyfish drown you, you bastards! You're all fired!
Well, he's the
I
quacker.
told you should have let me do background checks. Bloody...
I could,
Every time you do background checks, we never manage to hire anyone.
Well, they all have a funny thing about me talking to their parents. Frankly, I think it's a good place to start.
At least you knew your parents. There's bloody eggs all over the beach when I got born.
as they go to sail away, do I come back to the boat now, or you all die? And I'm going to point my claw down at them, and I'm going to make it start to kind of like wreath with light. I'm preparing a fireball, basically, if they go to sail away.
Make an intimidation check. I'll go with advantage.
17. You're paid for a job. Come back to the boat, and we'll continue on.
There is consternation. And then Carl swings the tiller around, and they row somewhat sheepishly back to the boat. They hadn't gotten more than about 50 meters. And as they get back up on board, Carl says, all right, but if there's anything else, any more bollocks like this...
I didn't expect you to come onto the island with me. I just need to get to it. So get me there, like you said you would.
Was it Carl who instigated the little mutiny?
I don't know about instigated. He was the loudest of the voices pushing for it.
As the others climb onto the ship and Carl kind of gets on, Finian loosens the chain on his belt attached to the book and gives Carl a solid smack across the head as he reboards.
Make an attack action. Yes, I wonder how much HP they had.
How many lightning bolts would it have
You
taken?
beat him with the chain of command.
I'm behind ledger. Nice.
I'm going to assume this is non-lethal.
Yep.
Roll some damage.
Not too bad. 5.
He has 1 hit point left.
Carl's a squishy boy.
Yeah, these are not warriors.
Finian picks him up, pulls him towards one of the spikes on his shoulder, and whispers in his ear, "Don't you try that fucking shit again." And lets him go.
Carl sheepishly and somewhat dazedly staggers back to the helm and says, I'll just carry on dodging lightning bolts then, shall I?
That would be lovely, Carl.
Where
Thank
to,
you.
Otto?
That way. Look at Nevermore for a minute.
Yeah. Nevermore,
That way, that way,
right ahead
Nevermore,
is
sir.
where you're supposed to go.
All
Continue
right.
on.
And with that, Where's my thing?
I'm going
There it
to.
is.
I'm going to. I want to move towards the front of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be where the lightning's getting to, and I'm going to be peering my eye up. Do I know whether or not I could cast a shield spell to protect as a lightning bolt comes down? Would that be something I could potentially do?
Yeah.
It's a reaction spell.
Yeah.
I might get a little bit hurt, but
Singed.
I'll be there
Yeah.
at least. Yeah, I'll be at least there to protect the ship.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'll just one of you be ready to relay a turn to the helmsman, because I
I'm on
imagine
it.
the helmsman's
Alright.
a little bit further back. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just be there peering upwards.
Very well. Nevermore. You're not proficient with dex saves, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, you are. No, it would be an intelligence save, which you would be proficient with.
I certainly am.
Make an intelligence save.
22.
22. Very nice. Nevermore. Your reaction, basically, this is your reaction speed.
Yep.
And it is fast enough to bring up your wing and cast a shield. Please describe as this lightning hits the shield.
I will kind of bring my arm up and over, but I'll kind of almost chop it down into the water. Kind of feathers will go flying off my arm. And they'll probably be like singed and burning as they float away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just kind of block it and kind of parry it off into the water with this shield spell.
Burn that spell slot, and yes, very well
Yep.
done.
Heck yes!
There is a bit of a crew, the crew who were all a bit shaken are now saying like, "Oh, wow!" And it's like a smattered applause, and Carl goes, "Very well done there, Mr. Nevermore, sir." Oh, all right, fine.
You're lucky you're alive right now. Keep sailing.
Yes, yeah. And that seems to have steeled the nerves where the threat of being fireballed might not have. And it also seems to have made the storm give up the ghost, as pretty much with this last sort of bolt that actually would have hit the ship. The storm appears to fade. And the storm clouds part as though they were never there. And lying before you is a pleasant little tropical island.
Oh,
About half a kilometer long. It's a long spit of land with a small horseshoe-shaped building at one end. The beaches gleam with white marble sand, and palm fronds sway in a cool breeze.
isn't that nice? Wasn't it worth it, guys? Look at that. It's beautiful.
I can't say I'm not glad that the bloody storm's gone, but did anybody else notice how rapidly it did it?
Yes. It's a magic storm. Get with the times.
Mr. Nevermore knocked the stuffing out of the storm. Quite impressive, I must say.
I mean,
My
yeah, look,
eyes
I'm happy to be on the
my
side of...
eyes is pulsing right now
Yeah.
with energy.
I'm happy to be on the side of any wizard who can beat a storm. Right, lads. And there's a general...
Rhubarb.
Yeah. So yeah, you are within sight of the island. You've still got a jolly boat, which is handy.
Wonderful. So, question for the DM. When I first hired them on, was it just to get me to the island? And that was it?
The part of the deal was that the more capable members of the crew would come with.
Okay. When I went onto the island.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
You came to them partially for hired muscle. It's probably why you selected Polyani rather than any of the other options. She looked like she knew her way around not just a mizzenmast.
Well, can't say there's going to be an all the time on there, but we all must make our way on there now, onto the island. Who's coming with me?
Right, which one of you lovely fellows is going to come ashore on this beautiful island?
Oh, I think I've had my fill of water for a while, Captain. I might take my chance to stretch my good leg on some sand for a while.
I
I'll
like your
come with
attitude,
you.
Otto. Welcome, not aboard.
That is the first time you've ever said that to me, Captain, and it's a lovely change of heart.
And as your first mate, I think it is only right that I accompany you also, Captain, to the shore.
Right, well, Carl, I guess that means you're in charge while I'm gone. Try any shit and I'll break your knees.
Fair enough, Captain. Look, we're here now. The storm's over. You guys are going with Mr. Nevermore. Look, we'll lay anchor and wait for you. Or would you like us to just sort of do laps?
I'm gonna walk towards him very slowly, and kind of the eye will flare up a bit more as well. You aren't going anywhere, are you, Carl?
No, genuinely, I'm not. I'm not.
As he says that, you will hear from around Nevermore just the rumbling of thunder,
Good.
and then Otto's going to get onto the tender.
We'll see you when we get back then.
Mr. Nevermore, sir.
Yes.
Please look after the captain.
Of course. I'm an old hand at these kind of things now, so don't worry.
I've heard
The
that.
captain will be all right.
She owes me 3 gold pieces, that's all. All right.
I'll reach into my little pack and I'll put 5 gold pieces in Carl's hand. And I'll say...
I'm trying to keep him on the hook.
I'll say, don't go anywhere, Carl.
Well, right you are, Mr. Nevermore, sir.
Good.
Have
I'm
a pleasant...
turn around and I'm going to slap my feather-covered tome, and then slap it to my chest, and I'll be wreathed in light, and I'll cast Mage Armor.
Nice.
Cool.
Ooh, I wish I could do that with my book.
But then you wouldn't be able to beat people around the head with it.
It's a trade-off, it's true. I do like beating people around the head with the book.
So
Totally effective, Mr. Finian, sir.
So who steers, who rows the jolly boat?
Oh, I'm standing at the front of the jolly boat with like 1 foot up on the front.
Yeah.
Posing.
Yeah.
I'm a little too wide to sit abreast of someone, so I guess I'm rowing begrudgingly.
Very well.
And I'll just be peering off to the island to see if I can see anything at all. What should I expect up there, Erelaf?
The temple is abandoned. Or at least it should be. Beyond that, it's a hollowed out little spit of land. I think at some point smugglers used it as a drop point, but the temple was built and no one's allowed there anymore. Well, no one can find it anymore, that's the point. So there honestly shouldn't be anything there except the pool and the temple to it.
Well, anything protecting the temple, maybe?
It's a temple to Gesme, Nevermore. So, any of her servants, perhaps?
I'd hate to have to kill some of them.
I'd hate that too.
They'll be working for me one day.
Wow. That's Josh. She would know that.
For us, Irelaf.
Can we hear the half of this conversation?
No.
No, okay.
It's all in his head.
That's that whole thing where I just kind of go...
Stares off into the distance.
Right, I gotcha. I was good. I was just thinking this is a small place to hide that conversation.
No, but he does go oddly still and silent for a minute or two as he's scanning the horizon. I actually, so, Pollyanna, you're at the bow. Otto's rowing, so Finian, you must be steering as you row into the beach. The beach is very nice. It's like cool, sandy beach. Be a great place to just chill and relax. Pollyanna, you spent some time on one very similar recently with a large quantity of rum.
It was lovely. Thanks for asking.
And I think at this point we can...
back a month.
At this point, we can transition over to our maplet.
Ooh.
Oop. if I do that. There we go. There we are, on the little desert island that you are on, what you are on. Walking up from the beach, you've completely failed to be assaulted by any sand creatures, and you find a little path. A little path!
What, no zombies?
No, not this time. I don't do the same jape twice. I do a different jape. There is a small winding path that leads up to the temple. Which...
It doesn't look like Twitch can see the map if that's supposed to be happening.
Press that one button there. There you go. That's the one. Thank
Lovely.
you. So yes, there you have it. You are looking at the temple. What do you do?
It's a lot bigger from down here than it looked like on the boat.
In fact, I shall describe it as well. Why not? The temple is clean and well maintained, a 2-level affair with a wide outer concourse which surrounds a core building. This travels out to both arms of them and climbs to a second level. The passage in the center, however, leads straight through to a wide circular chamber 75 feet wide and with an arched ceiling 70 feet above. Rather than windows, the walls feature arched openings through which a fresh sea breeze blows that completely fails to disturb the flames of the torches set around.
Hold up here and maybe just keep a lookout for a moment. I'm going to drop to one knee and I'm going to start casting as a ritual detect magic.
Yep.
And that takes 10 minutes basically
Yes.
for me to cast that as a ritual. Yeah.
Would anybody like to do anything else during that 10 minutes?
So we're outside the temple? We're
You
not
are
in it
outside
yet?
the temple, not yet in.
Could I kind of investigate the area we're waiting in?
Yep, you certainly may. Make an
See what I
investigation
can
check.
see?
Finian would like to kind of check all of his notes to see if he's come across temples like this before in sailing, whether it reminds him of anything.
Nice, Poliani. 26. Finian, make a history check.
While they're doing that, Otto is going to tighten the straps on his shield, which is like a kind of thatched driftwood affair
cool.
that's just kind of been brought with him, and feeling reasonably confident with the attention from Nevermore, I'm going to start collecting some shells.
Lovely. You can roll a D100. So you all get to do something. But Poliani, you without actually going inside, your investigation check turns up a couple of large pots filled with sand and ashes out the front, and the burnt remains of incense sticks. Dozens of them. There is a little wooden box in front of each one. One stands on either side of the stairway leading up to the temple. Yes, inside the little wooden box are sticks of incense. So you can pray before entering if you wanted to. Beyond that, the walls are made of white marble, which is not a stone native to this island, which means the entire thing was shipped in. And it looks a very expensive affair. However, I don't believe Nevermore has shared with you exactly what it is you are looking for beyond a pond. It is clearly a temple to Gesme, the goddess of the Amaranthine of knowledge. There is the archway above the main entrance features her symbol, which is a staff on fire. The history of Gesme was she proved her worth to the mother and father god Ardea and Titon by flying to the sun to bring to set light a twig that she took with her, and then flying back with it, a test of endurance and intelligence. And she is the goddess of knowledge and secrets.
Ooh. Had me at secrets.
That's what a 26 gets you. Finian, this is very odd for this location. It seems particularly unusual to go to such an effort to build such a nice temple on an island 4 days away from anything. And that you need a very special map to get to, because I've got to imagine Finian has snuck a peek over Nevermore's shoulder and had a look and seen that the map had 0 drawings on it.
Okay.
But your records show absolutely nothing about the background of this thing at all. And Nevermore, detect magic. What's the range on detect magic?
Un momento.
30 feet.
30 feet, correct.
There is no magic within 30 feet of you.
It's a concentration spell for
Yeah.
up to 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to hold it as soon as it triggers, and then I'll gesture for the others to...
Oh, I do apologize. Actually, just within 30 feet of you, there are a pair of perpetual flames on the inside of the doorway.
Got it. Nothing too fancy schmancy.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll start making my way up the stairs.
Though,
Whoever
despite
seems
its
to be-
range, you can sense a very powerful magical aura from within, but it's not within range, so you can't really... it's not overly surprising. That's kind of what you're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Keep a lookout to your left. Let me know if you notice anything.
Will do. I am sensing. That this is the right place.
I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, I'll start making my way forward.
Very well.
Yeah.
And I
won't
think...
really... Yeah, go for it.
I think we'll have a short breaklet there. We've been going for an hour and a half, and I think it might not be a bad time to stop and have a little breather, unhydrate, and we shall be right back. Chat, if you are enjoying, or even if you're not, type ! Ticket into chat to go into the running to win our giveaway for this evening. And we shall be back with you in 5 to 10. I hope you're enjoying, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have a pleasant evening. We shall see you very shortly. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Vast ahoy and g'day, mateys. We be back for more Humblewood, episode 100. Ridiculous. We are having a special one-shot tonight, Humblewood of Temples and Topsails. An adventure where Nevermore goes in search of an artifact of power. And she hasn't even told us what it is yet. Please throw ! Ticket up in chat. Congrats, dear Trader GM. Thank you very much. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? I'm sad I missed you, because you were in Perth, and I wasn't. For the first time in 3 years, I wasn't in Perth, and you arrived that weekend. And I was just like, the fuck? Ships passing in the night. Yes. So yeah, big round number. Please type ! Ticket in chat to go into the draw to win our Wooten Forge, Horse's Cove, and Paparotica gift bag. A cool bunch of little things, including, and this is my favorite bit, a Corsair's Cove coin that you cannot now see because I turned my ring light on. Boop. This bad boy. Look at that.
Oh.
Sexy, sexy thing.
So cool.
Freaking love it.
Or a D2, depending
It makes a really
on...
good thing to fiddle with, because my desk is littered with fiddle things. And I can always know, because I don't focus on what I'm fiddling with when I'm doing it. So later on, I was like, copper. I was fiddling with the coin. Cool. So, gentles and ladymen, we are going back. We are at a temple, and Nevermore is about to enter the temple of the island of Lamaswier. And I presume the rest of you go with him.
Polyani's definitely up.
Very well.
But she has drawn her sword.
Not a poor suggestion. So, yeah, you enter the temple proper. Feel free to move your characters around on the map to demonstrate exactly where you are. You enter the main sort of portico, and yeah, there you find yourself at a T-junction. or more of a sort of a cross. Yeah, there's a 4-directional cross junction, and in there is a little table, with it would appear to be like eating implements, and an empty plate.
Interesting.
Somebody ate a meal here, but a very long time ago.
Mr. Nevermore, is this someone's house?
It would be a very elaborate house, or Nate house if it was. It's actually a temple to Gesne.
Well, it's better if it's a house, because if not, they're an awful guest.
Oh, another Astorial. Another Astorial. I'm going to start wrapping my amulet around my hand.
Worse, an amaranthine.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Question though, is eating something that one normally does in this kind of temple?
I mean, if you're trapped on the island, why wouldn't you want to eat in a nice place with a table?
Who's going to be trapped?
Well, I don't know. I'm just positing that. Hopefully, nobody was trapped here, unless we find bones. Maybe somebody was. Who knows? Anyway,
GM, thank you very much.
Not
for
the point,
bloody champion. Not at all. It was a while ago. Yeah. So the passageway heads to the left and right and curves around the building. At the end of each passageway is a set of stairs that heads up and then back around. Pardon me. So you can see sort of there is a path running up the center of both wings, and then the path goes up the stairs and runs back around those wings. So the outer parts are on the upper level.
Oh, okay.
And
directly ahead of us?
And directly ahead of you, through another archway, you find the main temple room itself. So the purpose of the wings, it's hard to determine, unless you actually went up and had a look at them. But yeah, the main thing ahead of you, Iralath says, that's it there. And there is a pond in the middle.
Just to be clear, is it kind of like an open temple, or is it all enclosed?
There are walls and a ceiling.
Structure?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Walls and a ceiling. All right.
The walls are fairly regularly perforated with arched windows, but without glass. So it's very breezy. However, an interesting artifact of the wind is that it doesn't appear to be disturbing any of the flames.
I will slowly make my way forward towards the center, given that seems to be where I need to be going.
Yep.
Before everyone advances too far, Otto will whisper a small little something into the upside down boat that hangs from the chain. Say, don't really feel like going to the locker today. And I'll cast Aid. Everyone gets 5 extra hit points and 5 temporary hit points on top of that.
Nice.
Nice.
Very well. Increase your hit points by 5 and your temporary hit points by 5. And Otto, I believe you rolled 48 for your shell collecting expedition?
Yes, 48.
Yes. Then you found 48 shells in the time it took Nevermore to cast Detect Magic. Your Detect Magic, Nevermore, is pinging now. There is a lot. You can sense small amounts of magic on the extent of the arms, like the arms around the main room. You can sense little bits of magic out there, but the bulk of it is in the center of the room you are heading into.
I'll just kind of stop and stare off. Is it worth me checking the sides? Or should I just go straight for the pool?
Many people have been here in the past. I can sense their residue. They may have left things. Your companions might be interested in them, but the item you seek is in the pool.
Is there any reason why we might have to leave here quickly upon dealing with this pool situation?
As far as I know, no. The pool is not a violent thing. Unless the thing you're
uh,
looking for is violent. But you're not. So it's not.
I'll turn around and take a few steps back. You've got 5 minutes to quickly check the wings. There may be objects around that you might like to take with you.
Do a bit of looting.
Heck yes.
Right,
If anybody wants...
I go to the right.
Very well.
Finian, I'll come with you. There might be some stuff that I might need to give some maintenance to. Never stop being the quartermaster then.
Well, Polyani's going to investigate in the other direction then.
Alrighty.
At the party, let's go.
Investigation checks. And Nevermore, do you go with Polyani or are you going up the middle?
I'm going to stay probably just outside of the room, staring in that direction, just kind of familiarizing myself with the space.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah.
Oof. Alright. Finian gets a 10. Finian, you can also roll an investigation as well, because Otto doesn't find shit. 17. That's a bit better. Polyani, you may select one uncommon magic item that you locate. Any.
Ooh. So many options.
And Finian, you can choose. You will find. You may choose. Finian and Otto between you may choose two common magic items.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm a turtle. I can't take the cloak of billowing.
Why not?
All right, cloak of billowing.
I was like, I don't see why not. So yeah, Otto comes back after a little minute with like a cloak on. Can you describe this cloak?
Sure. What seemed to be some sort of very delicate lace curtain that was draped over some barrels and stuff. I've picked it up and seen it kind of gently flow in the wind like your grandmother's house after the Fremantle Doctor, and I've kind of put
My
it down
grandmother's
as,
house, but yes.
well, you know, old kind of lace floral curtains.
Yeah.
And I've put it down, still flutters. Oh, that's quite curious indeed. Let me take a look at that. And I won't wear it like a cloak. I'm going to wear it around like a kind of tunic that goes around my waist, just to cool down me nethers a little bit.
It flutters pleasantly against your tail.
I like it.
Yes. While they're thinking about it, Nevermore. Iralath says to you now that they're gone. So the way this works, let me find my notes.
I don't have to sacrifice them, do I?
Not them. Actually, you could, but it's more. Actually, with the greatest respect, I don't think it would work. The process of getting something from the pool is quite simple, but you must know what you want and give something you value in return. And that's the trick.
Something I value in return.
I will describe the room now that you're actually in it.
Sure.
Yes, you are in a room, or at the edge of it, 75 feet wide, with an arched ceiling 70 feet above. It's quite a tall room. Rather than windows, the wall features arced openings through which a fresh sea breeze blows that fails to disturb the flames of the torches set around the circumference. At the far end is a pulpit, and around the edges are benches, but the focus of the room seems very much to be the pool surrounded by broken rubble in the middle. The fluid in the pool is dark green, and the sides and bottom are not visible. Nor is... Oh, you haven't actually gone up to it yet, but... nor is the reflection of anyone who looks in.
I will move forward and have a look around.
Oh. There is also a table in the back corner that has a pile of notes and books on it. And as I say, quite breezy in here. The notes aren't moving. Antipody and D20. G'day, mate. How you going? Heath, you bloody champion.
Something of value to me. Great importance.
If you would like to make an investigation check, you can check out the notes on the table.
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
15. The table in the left corner has piles of notes and books on it that contain details of some of the items and secrets that have been recovered from the pool. Basically, it is one of the most holy sites of Gesme. It is a method by which one can, if one is prepared to sacrifice something that is quite useful, worthy, or secret, retrieve a secret in return. A list of items and secrets that have been recovered from the pool. One is a lost limb. Another.
Does it say anything? Does it say at all what was placed in there in return? You know what I mean? Like they had obviously an item has to be placed in for you to be able to get an item.
Yeah.
So have that listed as well, or?
Yes. That which was sacrificed for the lost limb was a memory of a dead husband. Another item that was found within was the blade of the wood, and it was in exchange was given a toy from the person's childhood, a small stuffed strig.
I already know exactly what I'm going to put in. I'm going to start rooting around in my bag, and I'm going to pull out an old book, an old kind of, almost like a notebook, a little bit worn, and I'll flip into it, and it will say Lazarus's rule book, and I'll kind of look at it, and the tear will come from my one good eye. This is going to be difficult. It's another thing to remind me that my father's not here anymore.
You should know, it's not just the book you're losing. Its contents.
Wait, the rules themselves will be gone from my mind?
Yes. This is a secret pool. Your memories of your father will remain, but that specific knowledge.
Look,
you will remember him giving you the
rules. I'm making my own rules now. I think it's time to part ways with these ones.
Very cool. Poliani, Finian, have you decided what it is you want?
Yeah, I'll grab a horn of silent alarm.
Ooh, very cool. Karen? You don't have to decide right now. We can continue with the episode and you decide later. You just won't be able to utilize it right now.
I am dithering like crazy. I'm like, I kind of, where did it go? It was like the robe of useful items.
The robe of useful items is dope.
Real good.
Yeah.
It's got patches and you can pull them off and you can get a dagger, a lantern, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole, a rope, or a sack.
There's one in Barovia that contains a riding horse and a hole.
Yeah, and there's 4 more that you can like.
Yeah, there's increasing value. Yeah. That's a very, very cool thing to have, and very Pollyanny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, a robe of useful items. Okay, so, cool. Yeah. Love it. I think it works that you find items rather than weaponry. You find discarded pieces of clothing. Nothing. No full sets. It doesn't look like somebody just dropped everything they had and buggered off in the nude. But there's just every now and again along these concourses as you head up, there are several paintings and pieces of artwork There are statues of Gesme in every aspect of her: the secret keeper, the knowledge giver, that which brought the sun. Torre, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening, mate. And yes, you are entered into the draw. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that you actually succeeded, but you did. Don't worry. Everybody who types !ticket is entered the draw. Hope you win. Congratulations in advance. So let's do it. Yes. So you find all of those things, but yeah, and it's just like on tables, and there's a small pile of detritus in the corners. That's where Otto found his cloak. Finian found the horn actually positioned like a drinking horn, but realized what it was after he picked it up. And Poliani, yeah, located her cloak in it was folded neatly and put actually on a not folded neatly. It was on the back of a mannequin. It had been hung on the mannequin, but it looks. What does it look like, Poliani?
I think we'll go the classic piratical cloak with the big cuffs.
Oh hell yeah! And on the inside, there's loads of patches.
Yes.
I love it. Are the patches the same color, or are they different colors?
Different colors.
Yeah. So on the outside, it looks like one cohesive thing, and on the inside, you've sewn on loads of weird patches for no apparent reason. Finian, what?
And I'll experimentally rip one off and oh, and then I'll put it on and find a reflective surface to just have a bit of a.
Yeah. There is an ornate mirror across from it, as if the mannequin it was wearing, or that was wearing it, actually was looking into the mirror. Finian, what does the horn look like?
The horn actually looks relatively small, all things considered, so it kind of stood out as not quite the usual size of a drinking horn. So, shape of a usual horn, but kind of about, I suppose, the actual chamber's about the size of a fist. Finian kind of looks at it, recognizes it, feel like it couldn't possibly be what he thinks it is, so thinks about Polyarmy and blows as loud as he can.
And I am actually not 100% certain, but I presume Polyani and no one else hears a horn blast in her head.
Correct.
Just as you are admiring yourself in the mirror. Fucking what?
Who did that? He's blowing horns!
I think you're getting paranoid, Captain.
I mean, you guys are 200 feet away from her, but yes.
I think you're getting paranoid, Captain.
You do hear Nevermore, you hear Polyani go... The hell? The 5 minutes is up. Do you guys come back?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I've got my coat. I'm feeling pretty boss.
Nevermore,
I'm swaggering a little bit.
Were you wanting to do this before they get back, or are you happy to wait for them?
I will, in my head, because I have very, very kind of decent kind of recollection of time and the passage of time, I'm going to probably wait for about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to just kind of make my way over towards the pool slowly. And then I'll just, as I put the book, I'll place the book, I'll go to place the book in the water, I'll stop, and I'll quickly write a rule into my own book, one of Dad's rules, and it's, you have to accept that sometimes you'll lose someone you love. And then that's going to be my rule 2.
Yeah.
And it was his rule 3.
Yeah.
And then I'll just, as I've done that, I'll close my book, and then I'll place his rule book into the water. I'll say rule 3, Father, as I place it into the pool.
And it slowly sinks away. Now, as you do so, you imagine in your mind the item which you came here for.
The halo of Omgaresh.
What does that look like? What do you picture in your head when you imagine that?
I picture in my mind kind of like corvum feathers in like a halo shape kind of like this, so they go along like
Yep.
that. But they, rather than it being like a fixed thing, they kind of float around. So it floats around your head in like a
Yes.
halo of feathers.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine.
Like a Caesar crown, but feathers.
Yeah, and just
but floating
above your head,
Yeah.
and the feathers will kind of move around. Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Yeah, Nevermore. It, as you place the book in, the book drops beneath the fluid. The water is cool. It has the texture, like to touch, it has the texture of water, but the book floats beneath the surface like it's sinking into something with a much higher viscosity. Or lower viscosity. I think viscosity is when something is viscous, it's, higher viscosity. Very slow, thick, yeah. It very slowly sinks away, and as the top page finally just goes beneath the surface, the top of the feathers emerge, and this little black wreath of corvum feathers, each feather has a white tip, and it slowly circles and floats actually out of the water and then hovers slightly above the fluid's level.
I will reach out and I will gently grab it, which would be, I imagine, a weird sensation given it's a number of feathers kind of floating around, but there's some sort of like, there's a solidity to it.
Yes.
That kind of belies the actual appearance of it, and I'll just pull it and I'll position it above my head.
Holding one feather, the rest continue to orbit.
Yeah. And I'll position it above my head and let go.
And it does seem to float there. About this time, Polyani, Otto, and Finian, you have reconvened at the sort of the entrance way, and Nevermore. You, as you do that, you get a sensation of like cool energy, sort of like when you first step into a cold shower, washes over you, but it is energizing as well. And as you feel that sensation, a voice calls out from the pulpit. You don't think we can just let you leave this place with that, do you? And standing within the pulpit is... Let me just reveal the pulpit. And pop somebody in it, the person who's supposed to be there. Standing within the pulpit is a regal-looking luma in a robe and cowl. He is holding a staff with a brass book at its top that burns with a purple flame. He is pretty good looking, like a solid 9. And unusually for a luma, is about 8 feet tall. Lumas, more like the sort of 2 to 3 feet is more standard for luma. Yeah, he's a big chap. He would be a size class large individual. And Iralath says in your mind, Amatiel, he must not stop us. He wants this for himself. Hesitate to think the damage he could cause with it.
And who are you to take this from me?
I am Amatiel. As the
Never heard
being
of
in
you.
your face is no doubt telling you.
Never heard of you.
Nor should you
think you
have.
can take this from me? You truly think you can take this from me? You have
I
no
do not-
idea. You have no idea who you are messing with. So I will offer you the opportunity to turn around and leave. Take it.
I
Would
have
be
a
my
vow.
suggestion.
I cannot oblige you. But I do not wish violence here. The creature in your face, Nevermore, seeks to lead you down a path of damnation.
What makes you think that, Amithiel?
I know Irileth of old. I know what she did to get herself banished, and why she now resides in the face of a mortal, rather than spreading her wings in the sun. You guys can probably see this.
Oh, I've come back around. I'm just like,
You say that like being in my face is an insult.
Well, if there is no reasoning with you. And then he looks up at Polyani and the others and says, "You would do well to stay clear of here. Take your ill-gotten gains and go."
what exactly do you mean ill-gotten? Someone just left it over there.
I will raise my hand and launch a fireball at him.
Yeah. Let us roll initiative. Mitch,
Well-
that will go first.
All right.
Oh, a 3 from Amatiel.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I was supposed to select my
Dirty
character, wasn't
20 from
Oh, it's that one.
Polyani.
A dirty 20 from Polyani.
I? And
Polly.
I also got dirty.
So we have 2 dirty 20s. Very nice. Otto gets an 11.
What's your dex, Polyani?
She's a rogue, so it's probably better than yours.
16?
Plus 5.
Oh, yeah,
20.
you beat me.
So
I'm about
Nevermore.
as dexterous as it's possible to be.
Nice.
So 20. Polly goes 20 as well. Otto got an 11. How'd you do, Finian?
21.
21. Finian. Jesus. Nevermore will be the first in the order, so everybody else sort of goes after him. Amatiel was preparing, and I believe his. I got a 7. All up. He was a little distracted talking to the other guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we will have it will be Nevermore, then Otto, then we will come back around because Nevermore kicked this business off. So Nevermore, you cast Fireball.
But it's going to be a little bit different than a normal fireball. My eye will flash, and I will convert the energy from fire to necrotic.
Ooh,
And I'll
Nasty.
cast the equivalent of a necrotic fireball at him.
very cool. You do that. Roll that damage, and he will roll a dodge, I believe.
25.
Dex save 19.
19, that'll make it half damage.
Evergreen Pigeon is dead. 25 for half to 12. Still, that's a big damage. Do you want to move, or are you happy where you are?
I will move back 5, 10, 15, 20 to here.
Very well.
And that'll be me.
Otto.
Oh, sugar! It is me. Crap. I'm going to take 2 steps forward and touch Nevermore on the shoulder. Son, looks like this guy's got out for you. Might be needing a bit of help, and I'm going to cast Death Ward.
Oh, very well.
Thank you.
If you hit 0, you pop back up with 1.
Thank you,
Very
Otto.
nice. Very
And then
nice.
I am going to. Anyway, good luck. And I'm going to run 20, hobble 20 feet back.
Alright, that's enough for me. Bye then. Bye.
Good
Call
luck.
that a Death Nova in Diablo. Ooh, I like that, Omi. Alright, and now it's Amatiel. and Amatiel is going to glide at you, Nevermore. He opens his wings and swoops towards you, covering the entire distance. And he is going to... He is still, like, expecting the others to stay the heck out of it. And therefore, like, because they haven't done anything offensive to him yet, he is going to make a pair of weapon attacks at you, Nevermore. Look. 25 and 26, respectively.
Both of them will hit me.
That Death Ward may well come into play.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So, for the... so, he is striking at you with his burning staff, which is effectively a mace. So, he is going to do 1d6, or 2 of them. 2d6, so a pair of... 6 all up, plus 4 each time, so a total of 14 bludgeoning damage to you. And then, on top of that, 12... 22, 25, 29, 32.
Why doesn't it let me get rid of this? There we go, 58. So my 10 hit points, I was up to 63. Sorry, give me a moment.
Yeah, all good.
Cool, so I'm down to 54. Alright.
And then
Cool.
32 radiant damage.
Sorry, 32 radiant damage on top of
On
the
top of the
54?
bludgeoning. Yes.
How?
On top of the 12. Yeah. 12? 14. Yeah.
14.
14, yeah.
Alright. That hit. That hurt. I shout out in pain.
And then as his
Yeah.
bonus action, he is going to summon a spiritual weapon. In front of Polyani.
Oh.
And
Rude.
he hovers in front of Polyani like... He doesn't say anything, but it's a don't get involved in this business. And that being said, it is Finian's turn.
I'm in danger.
Believe it or not, is going to get involved.
Oh.
All right. How far away am I? Can I get there? 1, 2, 3.
I think you would have been within eyesight of this. I would have thought you were about there, so I have no issue with you getting involved.
Cool. All right. Finian grabs his tome, loosens it from his belt, and pulls the chain out, starts swinging it over his head, saying, "We have a protective contract!" as he's hurling into this bad guy here. So he's going to move the distance up. He's going to move next to Nevermore. And to begin with, he's going to do his... Hang on a second. Yep, so he's going to do his attack. His 2 attacks on the guy with the Ironbound Ledger. So we've got a 23 to hit for attack 1.
Does.
And 20 hits for attack 2.
Also does.
Sweet.
Which is good to know, really, isn't it? That a 20 hits.
Very nice.
I'd
So
be a little worried if it
11
didn't.
damage. 20 damage all up.
Marvelous.
But additionally to that, I'm going to use 1 key point for my flurry of blows.
Yes.
2 bonus action attacks, but one of those is going to be Hand of Healing on Nevermore.
Cool. Which is another key point, I believe, but yes.
Yes, it is. So I'll use those 2 key points and redirect one of those over to Nevermore. So
How does
let me
this
just-
manifest?
After doing the 2 swings, the book kind of lands behind Finian, who does a handstand on one hand, kicks out as a martial art attack the bad guy, and touches Nevermore with the other hand, healing. You basically imagine a little bolt of harm from the kick that shoots through Finian's leg and out his hand to heal Nevermore.
Nice.
Love it.
Nevermore gets 8 hit points back,
Nice.
Hey-oh.
and Finian does another 8 damage to the bad guy there, so 28 damage total.
Very nice. Not a bad round for Finian. Cool. Nicely done.
Beast.
And Poliani with Nevermore on deck.
Right.
Poliani,
So the spirit...
what you... Oh, I do apologize. The spiritual weapon takes issue with that. Takes issue with what Finian just did. And is going to swing around for Amatiel's legendary action. The spiritual weapon is going to swing back in and attack Finian in the back. Getting a... Oh, I like this dice. You know I do. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. For...
DM,
yeah.
just point of order. If you can tell me when you crit.
I will, yes. Haven't yet. For not great, 11 points of radiant damage.
Cool. Thank you very much.
The spiritual weapon takes the form of a branch that is burning at one end, and the radiance, the damage comes from that radiant fire, just swatting you on the back of the head. Stop it! Stop it! The Astorial that you are in combat with, surprise, as an Astorial, is, and dead set, the first one I think that's actually been fought in the world, is like you smack it and it definitely like it solidly connects, but he is weathering it very, very well. Cool, Poliani.
So the spiritual weapon is no longer in front of me. It moved.
Well, it's moved. Like, in fact, it didn't need to move to attack Finian. So no, it hasn't. It's just spun around. But mechanically, it is still in the space in front of you. I could probably find a little token for it. Let's find a little token for it.
Intellectually speaking,
Yes.
would I know whether or not you can physically attack a spiritual weapon?
No, you can't.
Bugger.
It's not a hard seeker blade, but it's there in front of you. No, they're pretty much immune. The only way to get rid of them is to make the person who cast it fuck off.
Right. Noted. Well,
Yeah, you got a beach episode. Otto collected a whole bunch of shells.
They're all in here.
well, you know, today's as good a day as any to fight an Astorial. I'm going to draw my short sword and rush forward to attack.
Secret time, Poliani does not know that this is an Astorial. I think the
Oh.
only one who has any inkling that this might be an Astorial is Nevermore. Can spiritual
Well,
weapon be yeeted by dispel magic? It can. That's true. It can be dispelled.
I don't know that.
But
And I don't really
Poliani's
have
a rogue,
magic.
so probs not.
No, go. I will go attack the rude loomer, who implied
well.
that picking something up that has been discarded is the same as stealing shit. Which
It's an
Pollyanna was at.
incriminating lie.
Hey, Tony.
24 to hit.
Oof, you do. Do indeed. No one's missing in this game.
8 damage. But I believe I'd get sneak attack bonus because there's other
Yeah,
people.
but you're a
within five-
swashbuckler, so yes, you do. You're presumably going around the sword?
Yes, I dip, duck, dip, dive, and
Dive
dodge
and
around
dodge.
the spiritual weapon, and yes, I slash at him with my sword.
Like him,
8 points of
Centurion.
damage, and then a fuck ton of sneak attack damage.
Roll them bones.
16 points of
16.
sneak attack damage.
Now, this is a
Ew.
magical sword.
It's
correct?
+1 magical sword.
Yes. Finian, your strikes, are they magical?
No,
I
they're
didn't-
not.
I didn't ask before. Interesting. Okay, but the magical sword, definitely. Yeah. So, 16 plus 8
So
is
you're a
24.
monk. You're a monk, right, Finian?
Yes, he is.
I am, yeah.
I think monks' attacks become magical
At
a
some
certain
level.
point.
Oh, let me have a check. Would that
That's
be
why I was
feats?
asking, because I couldn't remember what level it did. 24 is a good amount of damage.
Sixth level.
Oh, then they
Sixth
are.
level, yeah.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad I asked. Very
you.
well.
And is there anything that would constitute cover nearby?
Yeah, there's two big old statues of, they look like, they look oddly like, Elurans, but they are more animalistic in nature, with large manes of hair, around their necks, and there's statues lying next to you. You could probably leap over one of them.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to disengage and leap
don't
behind
have
a
to.
statue.
You've attacked him, so you don't need to disengage. You just go there.
I just go.
Yeah. Excellent. You do that. Cool.
With a
and-
triumphant, aha!
Only their unarmed strikes, right? Ooh, it might be.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Just to keep you in the loop, just quickly reading the Hand of Healing. When you use your Flurry of Blows, you can replace one of the unarmed strikes with a use of this feature without spending a key point for the healing.
Oh, I do apologise. It's
gonna
part of the
reimburse
flurry of blows.
myself that.
Yep, no worries. Dugstar, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. I hope you are enjoying. And Dugstar, please type !ticket in chat, and you too could go into the draw to win a beautiful Corsair's Cove coin from Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories. A D2, if you will. And it's super shiny and very pretty. Alrighty, Nevermore, you are back on. Squirmy,
Okay.
yes, Squirmy. Sun Eliran, they're lions. Bishop Blood, they're lions.
First things first, I'm going to wave my hand in front of my wing in front of my face.
You do have hands.
And I will cast Healing Light on myself as a bonus action. It's one of my abilities from being a warlock.
Yep.
Or multi-into warlock. So that gives me 1d6 additional health.
Nice.
I'll spend 2 charges of it, so it gives me 2d6. So
Smart.
give me a second. 2d6. Ooh, 8. So it gives me 8 extra life back as a bonus action. As my standard action, I'm going to cast a 2nd level guiding bolt at him.
Yep. He is right up in your George Foreman, so that's a disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yes. I am going to take the risk and move away, provoking a potential attack of opportunity from him.
Okay.
So you can go for that if you'd like.
I will. Ooh, Nevermore. A 20.
I'll cast Shield as I back up. Gives me 22.
Yep.
So I will move away. Hang on, where was I? Let's here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nevermore does have Warcaster,
Yes,
but I
do
think he
have
also doesn't want to be
Warcaster.
in melee with this guy.
Correct. I'm trying to move away a little bit. I'm going to use Guiding Bolt
Nice.
at 2nd level. So, first of all, let's make the roll. Oh, I'll use my inspiration to re-roll it.
Very well.
20.
A filthy 20 hits.
And that deals 24 damage.
Ooh.
Plus, I'm going to
Ooh.
use my level 6 feature called Power Surge, which will add an extra 3 force damage to it. So 27 damage in total.
27. 67. Very, very nice. Very well then.
That is absolutely everything I can do. And there we go.
Good. I am glad. Otto, it's your turn.
Well, seeing as our ward has gotten the hell out of Dodge, but my crew are the hell in dodge, and seeing Nevermore walk past me with blood coming out of little bits of him slowly being stitched up, I'm gonna go, well, I don't like the way you look after he smacked you. I'll raise my hand and pull out a conch from one of the shells that I collected. The conch is going to split into a million pieces as it blasts towards this horrible bird thing. And I'm going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is 16 on the dice plus 8. So 20 something to hit.
24.
24 to
Does
hit.
you actually have advantage on the first attack against it because of guiding bolt?
Oh,
That's right.
doesn't do any damage, so
Which is great because it gets rid of it. Love it.
that's fine. So on a hit, the target only deals half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends.
Very well. Very well.
At the end of each of the target's turns, it can make a con save against my spell DC.
Right. Okay. Cool. Love it. In which case, anything else? Y'all good?
No, that'll do me for. I will look at Nevermore and say, hold it together, and I'll cast healing. Oh no, I can't. That's 2 spells. Never mind.
Yeah. So, you have enraged Amatiel somewhat, and Amatiel begins to swell. His body, yes, his body swelling. That's the best word for
He
it.
becomes engorged.
He does. He yeah. His body arches its back and its tails explode. Its tail explode outwards in a burst of feathers. His beak swells. His beak grows and becomes more like that of a parrotfish. Actually, is the best sort of analogy for it, or possibly a macaw. He grows at least 10 feet taller. His wings puck up and become tiny and vestigial. Huge claws on its powerful back legs appear. Imagine a Tyrannosaurus, but covered in feathers. Covered in feathers with an enormous beak. Yeah, let's make this boy just a little bit bigger. And he is going to charge towards Nevermore. Unfortunately, that was his action, so he can't do anything else. But his bonus action before he does that will be to strike out at Finian again with the blade. With his spiritual weapon.
And he'll provoke
Finian,
an attack of opportunity as well.
yes, he will. Finian, you take a 22 to hit from the spiritual weapon, and you get an opportunity attack on him as he goes.
Sure, I would like to take that opportunity attack.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Cool. Ooh, that's bad.
I'm going to hit him back with a nat 20.
Very nice. You take 20 damage. Sorry, no. 16. 16 damage. 16 radiant damage. And, oof. So, crits on the way I do crits now, I particularly like. You just roll the damage normally because we max out the dice for the first roll. So you roll it normally, and then you add a maximum number from the dice that you would normally roll.
All right, we're good. Hang on, ignore that one. So, right, we'll roll that once. So that's going to be a 9 on
9
the roll.
plus 8.
And so
17. Very nice. 17 damage against him. Very nice.
Although,
Yeah.
just because I can, I'll spend a key there because I've hit him with a melee attack, and I'm going to use Hand of Harm.
Ooh. To hurt him more.
No, I'm not, because that wasn't an unarmed strike. Never mind.
Very well. Cool. In which case, yeah, you've done that. And now he is standing, towering over Nevermore, roaring. There is purple flame glowing in his eyes, the same purple flame that was at the end of his staff. He wasn't looking like he looked particularly that ray of enfeeblement really didn't he seemed to wither and shrink a little bit when that hit him. It's make a con save.
Yeah.
Because this would be the end of his turn. 17 on the dice.
You good?
Plus 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DC's 16.
I'm rolling quite well this evening, but it was a good call. Basically, it stopped him attacking. He decided to use his other ability. Alrighty, we are back to the top of the order. Finian.
I'll take it for good healing.
Cool. Finian, having received his little bit of damage, does a little dramatic spit out a tiny little bit of blood, wipe it from his lip, and charges back with his book swinging over his head in a frantic fashion. And follows on and goes for his attacks.
The trick is, Omi, I think it's just a really nice... It actually makes crits feel meaningful. So even if you roll min damage, you're still doing good, rather than meh. Because you can roll... I've rolled min damage on 2 dice for a crit. I'm like, well, that's fucking rubbish. Yeah, it just feels a bit more oomph. A 14 to hit, is that?
That was the second attack, so there was 2 there. There was a 19 and a 14 to hit.
The 14 does not, but the 19 does.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So I roll damage for the 19 hit. Nice, 12 damage.
Is?
And I'm going to use another key point there for my flurry of blows.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, I'm going to burn up 2 key points. Oh, no, hang on. Never mind. I'm still getting used to monk mechanics.
Yep.
I can't do what I was thinking to do. So I use my flurry of blows, but like I did before, I'm going to use 1 martial art attack. Kia. 7 damage. All right. Not
Did you hit?
bad. So 19.
Roll the hit first.
Oh, of course, yes. That would make perfect sense. No Kia.
No.
Lots of enthusiasm, not so much payoff. All right, in which case, the remaining flurry there will be used to heal myself. Pump up a little bit of that damage I've taken.
Very well.
So that's going to be...
Hey, we got a raid.
Oh,
8.
Winter's
Hey.
Tales is raiding. Oh,
Hi!
Winter's Tales. AJ,
Hiya.
thank you so much for joining us, you bloody legend.
Man.
Oh, Serum, Westwolf Esquire, thank you guys so much for joining us. Throw your favorite raiders up in chat. And
Hello there,
raiders,
dude.
please take the time to type !ticket in chat. Because we have a giveaway for this evening. This is our 100th episode. So we have a special little giveaway. We also made 600 followers, so we have given a couple of inspirations to our players, but smash that follow button if you fancy it. This is the continuation of my Humblewood world, what I started playing with the lovely AJ Winters and the smashing Big Viking Mitch all those years ago. 4 years ago, nearly, Mitch. I think it was August 2019.
What?
Let me count.
Yeah,
the
I've
grays
got
in my
quite a
beard.
bit more grey in mine as well.
Yes, about 4 years ago.
Yeah. And you haven't called anyone a peasant this whole session. Well done.
Yeah, the whole session. I've
And
abstained.
also, he was like, I was going to nuke a boat full of unarmed sailors, but I decided not to because Jude would be mad. Well, I hope you guys had an excellent stream. Let's just do a quick little shout out, and then we will get back to fighting an Astorial. Spoilers.
I don't know that, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you're probably better off without that knowledge. Been a while. You are in the draw for a ticket. I didn't know that was... I don't think it was before COVID, was it? Wow, time flies. I'm pretty sure it was 2019. Might have been 2020.
It was before COVID because I started doing Xandar during COVID, and that was after
It was at
you
the
started.
very beginning. It must have been 2020. It was at the very beginning of what was meaningfully COVID for us, I think. No, it wasn't. It was. It did start before lockdowns. Yeah. Shit. Get you for 150. Well, that is the plan, Omi, but I haven't approached it yet because that's like a year away. Like
We're
one
working
thing
on
at a
it.
time, dude. I've got to do International Talk Like a Josh the Pirate Day first. But yes, we do need to follow up on what the hell happened to Jude. So, let us get back into it because they are fighting an Astorial who currently looks not unlike a Tyrannosaurus right now. And what have we just had? We have had Finian's go, so let's talk about Poliani with Nevermore on deck.
Okay. So no one's attacked me, which is nice. I appreciate that.
Alderail, hey buddy, good to see you. Thanks for the follow, matey. Avast, you scallywag. Alderail provided about, well, I would have thought 2/3 of the suggestions last night for the wild magic table that we created together. It's all up on our Discord. You can check it out. ! Discord in chat. Sorry, carry on, Karen.
Yes. Well, this rude T-Rex looking bird bitch has run away, so I am going to leap out from behind my cover.
Who leaps out?
Poliani leaps out.
Yep.
Polly wanna stabbing, and I'm going to hit them with my sword again.
AJ, take care, my dear. Have a good evening. I hope your migraine isn't awful.
Oh, gosh.
Not what we want.
No.
Travel safely. Raid and fade.
22
does, in fact, beat a Tyrannosaurus's AC. Spoilers. Polly wants intestines.
Polly wants a disembowelment.
Or 8 damage and some sneak. You are flanking this poor guy now.
Oh shit, sorry, I rolled too many dice. That's meant to be 4d6, not 6d6.
Calm down.
Just
Hasn't
take
even
the first
come
4.
up, so yeah, we'll just take the first 4. 6, 6, 3, and I can't see the last one, but it's pretty good. 6, 6, 3, 1. So, 16.
16.
Plus 8, 24. Very nice. 24.
And then I'm going to yeet the hell out of there and go and hide behind the wall.
Yep. It would be... I don't know if you can even make it back there. Your movement's only 30 feet. That would have been at least 20 to get there.
Well,
but you
I'll
can
back
use your
up out
bonus
of-
action to dash. Because you've already attacked, so you don't need to disengage.
Yeah, sure.
Math. 24. You also, I would stress, you have a bonus action. If you have a second short sword, you can bonus action attack with your offhand.
Yeah, but then I can't get out of stabbing distance.
Fair enough. So... Oh, good job.
I'm gonna
Nice.
whirl out in a flurry of awesome coat, stab, and then...
She's a swashbuckler, so
If you're a
she gets
swashbuckler.
disengaged for free if she's
Yeah.
attacked the thing. So you can move 10 feet back and attack with a bonus action. Just saying.
Well, shit, I kind of have to attack again now, don't I?
Yeah. You don't get that sneak attack, but you do get another attack, theoretically. Go on, Poliani.
11.
This isn't a +1 short sword. This is just, that's a 10.
Oh, I do
so you
apologize.
miss real bad. So no hitting for you. Don't roll again. You roll a 1. Yes.
Fine.
No more damage. but
I
you
miss.
You back off 10 feet.
Yeah.
And as a bonus action, well, no, as a legendary action, that spiritual weapon is going to smite down on Finian again.
What did I do?
He hurt him.
Exist, apparently.
Hurt it a lot more than he did. Filthy 20 to hit.
It does.
Goes. 7 plus 5, 12 damage. Radiant. And it's Mitch, Nevermore's turn.
I'm going to kind of flash my hands in front of my face rapidly, and in doing so, will cast Mirror Image on myself.
Alright.
Let me just put that thingy in there. Wait, it doesn't show up in the chat. But anyway, I've cast Mirror Image on myself. I will not be moving. I will not be doing anything. I will just be I'll kind of be like ducking around like this, so my mirror images will be moving around in front of me, and that's the plan.
Very,
Kind
very
of
smart.
keep the tension, while the others kind of whittling down. So yeah,
Very
that's
well.
me.
And Otto. It is in melee with you now as well, worthy to know.
That's worse. I told you this was a bad omen, Captain.
August 14th, 2020.
Yeah.
So 3 years.
Serum.
Thanks,
So
Sarah.
it was COVID times.
Yeah.
Well, what am I saying? It's still COVID times.
Yes, what's the meme? Time traveler. What year is it? 2020. Ah, the first
the
year
first
of the
year of
COVID.
the pandemic. What?
What?
Hmm?
Hate it for it's true. All right, Otto.
Otto is going to reach out, and a cloud of shells is going to come following his hand, and they're going to form some sort of mosaic of the upside down boat. And as I push it through, the amulet that hangs off his hand is going to glow as well. And I'm going to channel Divinity Path to the Grave and say, "Back to the locker with you, you demon!" The next hit, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Auto
Very-
crit, baby.
Auto crit. Love it.
And that's not a spell, so I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to look at who's the worst looking amongst them all.
Finian or Nevermore. Polyani has been ignored thus far.
Yeah,
Nevermore's
I've
not-
lost 20 lives.
Nevermore's got Death Ward. He's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to look over at Finian and cast Healing Word just at first level.
Yep.
So you take 1d4 plus 4. 6 healing.
Ooh, thank you very much.
And then I'm going to slowly start to shuffle away, maintaining melee for as much as I have to.
Yeah. So you are still in threat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
Good idea. Seeing as like Nevermore is gotten all confusing to hit at, what this Tyrannosaurus is going to do is try and swing its tail at you.
That's fair.
Me?
So it's going to turn around and just swing its tail, trying to sweep. I know mechanically it can't sweep all of the attacks, but it's going to make an attack roll against you with its tail.
Cool.
I critted.
Nah.
I know. I know. So that's a 30 to hit.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
But
At least it's only the tail.
yeah, at least it's only the tail. However, yeah, I have to figure out whether or not I eat or whether or not I hit a mirror image.
So you must roll a d20,
Uh-huh.
and if it's a 6 or higher, then it hits one of the images.
I rolled a 6.
There you go.
6 or higher,
6 or
yeah.
higher.
One of your images gets thwacked. The most brutal damage. It just, but I imagine it just passes
Yeah.
through it and it just disappears.
I just like to think that like the image's neck just like snaps, and I'm like, ooh, better than me.
Little
And-
glimpse into the future.
Yep.
Then the spiritual weapon swoops over the back of it and swings down at Nevermore as well. He has not forgotten about you. Again, that's a hit. That's a 19 on the dice.
So roll again for a d20 if it's an 8 or
Yep.
higher.
15.
15.
You're all good.
Another
My
image
high rolls
gone.
save you. A second one is gone. And because it can't bite attack and tail attack at the same thing, because of them being at opposite ends of its body, it's going to bite Finian, who has been reliably just smacking it in the back for the last little while. Yeah, it is going to try and nom you, Finian. A 28 to hit.
It does.
Does indeed.
Oh,
Excellent. So let's get some d12s out. Lovely,
No.
lovely. 2 7s are 12, so that's 26.
I'm
and a
sorry,
4.
what?
30. 37 points of piercing damage. And you are grappled, Finian, in its maw.
Ouch. Bad.
and it sort of shakes you around a little bit, which is actually what does the damage. Yeah, 3 years flies by. I mean, it's we're a few months off 3 years, but still, it's a while. 100 eps in 3 years is pretty cool.
That's insane. That's
yeah.
a lot of prep you've done.
That's one every 10 days, like less than.
God damn.
There isn't 1,000 days in 3 years, so yeah. There's a little over 1,000 days rather in 3 years, so I think it's almost exactly one every 10 days.
Incredible.
Which is nuts. But I've done 2 in the last 3 days, so you know. Hey Brenza, how are you, buddy?
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
So, yeah, that's his turn. Finian, you are grappled in his mouth. And until and you are restrained technically, and I can't bite somebody else until I finish you off. So it's back to the top of the order. It's Finian. You are stuck in his gob. I believe restrain means you can attack, but with disadvantage.
I suppose I want to get out of within his gob as a way of working. So what's that? Is that a acrobatics or athletics?
Restrained 5e. Let me just check. Restrained creature speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attacks against the creature have advantage.
I think given that your attacks are able to be just physical kind of punching attacks, that it doesn't... Correct me if
The
I'm
creature's
wrong,
attack rolls have disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
And has disadvantage on dexterity saves. I feel like his arms are like pinned, so it's quite hard, but he can still do it. So the escape, there is an escape DC. Make an acrobatics or athletics check as an action to get out of the mouth. A Humblewood Swallow is both a character race and an attack roll. A 13.
13. I might use my inspiration for that.
A wise choice.
Better, 17.
17 was the number you need. So, inspiration all but gone. Love it. Love everything about it. That is your action to get out, but you have your bonus action.
Cool. As my bonus action, Finian is going to immediately start breakdancing in a dodging fashion to use my, what do we call that?
The dodge action as a bonus action?
It's the key.
Patient defense.
No, patient defense, that's the one.
Very well.
So that's used as a bonus action for something that would otherwise be the dodge action. And will now kind of break dance in position because he doesn't want an opportunity attack coming his way.
Very well. Polyani, it's your turn.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh dear, here we go.
It's stabbing time.
and Neldaberry's like, yes, good. With the
Polly wants some violence.
with the rogue sneak attack. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does 22 hit?
22 does hit the T-Rex, yes.
Yay! Eat sword.
So I'm
Douchebag.
vulnerable, so you do the damage twice.
Double.
Double the roll, essentially. Yeah. So it's basically a crit, but not my crits. Normal crit. So roll the d6 again.
No, we get to crit. You don't get to crit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's
so the
5d6 then.
So yeah, 5 more d6. Is it 5 more d6? Because you double
the
sneak
sneak attack and then an extra d6.
You double the sneak attack as well, my love. So another 4 on top. Yeah. That's 10 d6s. All up. 19 plus 10. Pretty good. Pretty good start. Roll another 4.
29 plus 13
And another
is
13,
42.
42 points of damage. Yeah, very
I
good.
like that. That was good.
That was a good.
satisfying.
I enjoyed that too. It was
Thank
very
goodness if
satisfying.
Finian
That was a lot
hadn't
of fun.
punched it once, because then that would have really just been a little bit of an anticlimax.
Wow,
but yeah,
true.
that's just the way that worked out. And the T-Rex roars as Finian manages to free himself from its gob, and Polyani stabs. I reckon that's like narratively, Polyani comes in, stabs it in the foot, and almost lops there is a decent chunk of the leg missing now. It roars in pain, and Finian goes flying out of its mouth, lands neatly, and starts going.
You're welcome.
And it's pissed off. And that sword is going to go for its legendary action and smite at Nevermore. Ooh. That's a 6.
I love how I pissed it off and it attacked someone else.
Well, that's where the sword is. And also, Nevermore is the one stealing the thing. As far as it's concerned, Nevermore found it fair and square. I don't think a 14's gonna hit. 15. 15 to hit,
I
Nevermore?
lost memories of my father for this. No, it doesn't hit. Not with mage armor.
Yep. Ankle stab. Cool. Yeah, the two of you just sort of phase around each other. And it's Nevermore's turn. Well,
Nevermore is going
Polyani,
to...
you could bonus action attack if you want.
Why not? Let's have just a little bonus stab, just a little one.
You know.
Just a little one. 23?
Hits. Just 1d6 of damage this time, thank you. For 10, still okay.
What the
Pretty
53 damage a turn.
pretty good.
52. That's not bad.
That's not bad. This is pretty good. All right, Nevermore. Sorry, your turn.
I will use my move to move away. 1, 2, 3. You can get attack of opportunity if you do.
Yeah.
4, so go for it.
A filthy 20.
A filthy 20. Now
No, sorry, 21.
Roll and get... Where is it? Where'd mirror image go? You need to get an 11 or higher.
I got.
If you get a... What'd you get?
Sorry, what do I need?
So if you get
I
an
got an
11 or
11.
higher, you get the image.
Got an 11.
Yeah. So image gone. Beautiful. So I move away. Images are all gone, and I'm going to cast a... Let's go a level 2 guided bolt. I might keep my level 3 for something just in case. So... bother. 13, and I don't really have anything to fix that. So I've spent my inspiration.
What happens is actually the spiritual weapon deflects the bolt. And it just sort of rockets up into the ceiling and a little bit of plaster falls down.
I'm actually going to use my last expenditure of healing life as well on myself.
Smart.
Back up. Uh-oh. Never mind. Whoops. Oh,
Ooh, that would have been nasty. Glad it didn't hit me.
never mind. 5. Beautiful. Alright, 5 life.
5. Very well. And
That's me.
that's it. Excellent. Otto.
Otto's going to look at Nevermore and see that he's kind of healing himself. Feel pretty confident about that.
Finian, not so much.
Look at Finian and say, "Think you're gonna be all right, lad." And I'll cast 3rd level healing word on him as a bonus action.
Love it.
So whatever that is,
Thanking you kindly.
that much healing,
13.
and I'm going to hold my action
Ooh,
as I
to
start
do what?
as I start rummaging through my shell bag again.
Holding it to what and with what?
Channel divinity,
Blended.
and I will be
what's the
waiting
trigger?
until after Otto's turn. No,
After-
I'm Otto. After Finian's turn.
After Finian's turn. Very well. Cool. You do
Yeah.
that.
Brenta, yes.
Grave Cleric, yes. And Tortle, yeah. I am Otto. Excellent, splendid. Alrighty. It's Angry Boy's turn. Angry Boy turns around. The T-Rex turns around. The tail sweeping out behind it. It narrowly misses Otto's head, but it comes swinging down in at Finian. Finian, a 21 to hit.
Did you do that with disadvantage because of my sweet dodging?
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, a 21 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
I love a plus 10 to hit.
Nice.
T-Rexes are fun. Go big or go home. Right. Ooh, is it going to be enough? 12 plus 7, 19 points of damage.
Still standing.
Just.
Yeah.
Then the that branch that just deflected the guiding bolt up into the ceiling shoots off after Nevermore, and it's like swoops around in front of you, Nevermore, like and it is going to make an attack at you. I think a 12 misses, however.
Correct.
So the T-Rex is going to go and charge after you, provoking opportunity attacks from both Finian and Otto.
Sweet.
How mean do I want to be?
Opportunity attacks,
As
not
mean
spells.
as possible.
Warcaster. Spells.
Oh, okay. Damn.
As mean as possible.
23 hits, Finian.
Fantastic.
Make me a con save.
16.
Balls and ass. All right. He's not blind.
Aw, good. But 8 points from Finian with the Ironbound Ledger.
I'm also going to expel 1 key point there to try and use a stunning strike on him. So
Ooh.
as he kind of moves away, Flinian's going to wallop him over the head. So it's a DC 14.
17 on the dice.
Damn. You and your rolls today, bud.
I know, right? No, he is fixated. He has a legendary resistance he hasn't even burned yet either. I've upgunned this guy a little bit. And yeah, he is going to make a nom attack at Nevermore. A 21.
Healed.
Yeah. The mouth closes down around Nevermore and...
Yeah. Just managed to kind of back it aside.
Very well. Yeah. And it shakes its head like a little bit confused. And that's its turn. Back at the top of the order, Finian.
Okay. How's this guy looking, Josh?
The T-Rex is covered in cuts. Damage is very, very badly damaged.
All right, look, Finian's going to go for Hail Mary here. Healing myself is not happening at the same rate that I'm getting damaged. I'm just going to try and dish out. So I'll go for my 2 attacks to begin with.
Ooh.
18. Nice. So 2 hits there.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 10 damage. Another 10 damage. So 20 damage. I'll use
As
a key.
this, can you describe the attack? Because this is a how do you do this situation.
Ooh, wicked. All right, wicked. Finian, after kind of taking his damage, leaps up with his book, wallops down on the giant, on the T-Rex's head, smashing it down, and then on the rebound, brings the book back up, straight under the chin, knocking it right in the jaw.
The creature staggers backwards and begins to shrink as it does so, returning to its previous size and form. So let's just crank that back down to normal-sized angel guy. Yeah, and Finian, you are right up in his grill.
Cool. I will use my flurry of blows.
Good.
So he's kind of done that, at which point Finian uses a key point to chain punch him with a nat 20.
Oh, Finian!
Yeah,
Roll a normal and double it, or roll a normal and add the basic.
It's double max, so 20 damage on the first hit with flurry of blows.
It's not double max. It's 16. Double max on the dice.
Sorry, again, yeah, you're right. So you don't add the +4. So 16 damage.
Yep.
Plus another 10, so 26 damage.
That's 3. That's 4 in a row. You've hit for 6 every time. Very, very nice.
I needed some of your luck, but I'm not done with it.
Hey, look, you're doing well.
Because I'm going to now use one more point of key. Just so you know, I've got 2 more left.
Noted.
And because I've hit him with an unarmed strike, I'm going to use hand to palm. And get him with another 7 damage.
Another 7. And he goes to backhand you, and as he does, the sword, the flaming staff sweeps through the air and slices towards you with his legendary action. Presuming that's the end of your turn.
Yes, it is.
A 23 to hit.
Against who?
yeah.
Me? Or you?
Yes. Matt, how many hit points have you got? Because I'm not sure I can not kill you with it.
5.
12 points of damage.
But what a way to go!
You are blatted around the head very casually by this thing as these flames wreath around you.
With a magical sword.
Staggers and collapses. It's Polyani's turn, but this is the end of Finian's. Otto?
The mosaic of shells that fell off after the last massive hit from the small sword coalesces back onto him and brands him like a stained glass window of shells as I channel divinity again. Go get him, Captain.
Oh shit. So this is on the Amatiel.
Yeah.
Amatiel, rather, yeah. Go on then, Captain. Finish him.
I will try.
That is a
7.
super good move, Otto. Very, very nicely done. Don't miss.
28?
Oh!
Polyani, how do you do this?
Oh.
Do you want me to roll damage or not?
No, there's absolutely no need. He has 10 hit points left.
Send him to DB
I
John's
want you to roll the damage. Roll me 10d6s, because that's how much the damage will be. And I just want to know how well you do this. 30. So you're overdone by 20. Oh no, that is the double. Plus her hit roll modifier, so another 5, I think. So 35 points of damage. Amatiel, Polyani, how do you do this?
Polly wants a head. I would like to decapitate the T-Rex, please.
Polyani, you leap through the air, your wings fluttering beside you, and as you land next to Nevermore, it is that scene in Kill Bill where the head slowly slides off. It's that he is bringing up his staff to strike Nevermore down, and then the head just slowly slides off.
Yeah.
And Polyani lands with a flourish.
And I look right at Nevermore. I'm like, "You're welcome." And I
was just about to say thank you.
And
wow,
you have defeated the Astorial. The body crumples to the ground, and then oh yes, Otto.
Just as we come out of combat and it gets around to my turn narratively, I will cast a 4th level Cure Wounds on Finian, but he is unconscious, so instead of getting 4d6, he gets all of the maximum hit points of whatever that is.
So 4d6 is 24.
Plus, how do I use computers? 48. It's a 4 8s, 32.
32? Yeah, 32.
It's math.
Nice.
And plus 4. So 36.
36.
You're back up with 36 hit points.
Awesome. The floating blade is also gone, or the floating staff is also gone. Yeah. And as you sort of dust yourself off and Finian's eyes flutter open, the body fades and disappears. And, yeah, as if it never was. Nevermore, you can make me a wisdom check if you like.
Oh. Gladly. I'm very wise. Oh, 15.
Yeah, turns out.
I'll take it with my -1.
With your Iralath eye, you perceive the energy, that this body turns into an ethereal energy and then shoots into the ground. And where it was, you can see a rune. Not unlike the Furus Ra rune, but this is not that rune. It glows softly green, and its symbols shift and move in a similar way, and you hear it go, Shell.
Shell.
Yes, Shell.
What language does that sound like?
That would be, given your relationship with Iralath, you would know it is primordial. In much the same way as Furus Ra is, but it is primordial, the language of life.
Oh.
It literally means life, in fact, is what Iralath says. That is the rune of life. Shell.
Well then. We'll talk later. We'll talk later, and I'll kind of snap through again. Focus everything very off the situation. I can't thank all of you enough for what you've just done to protect me.
You've gone rather quiet, Mitch.
Ooh. Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's still very, very quiet. And now they're completely
Nothing.
gone. There we go.
Damn. Hello. You hear
That's a
me
bit
now?
better. Yeah, that's better.
All right. Sorry about that. I don't know quite what happened.
All good, buddy.
Yeah, I'll turn. Iralath, we'll talk later. And I'll snap back to it again. And turn to all of you. Thank you, all of you, for assisting and helping. I can't imagine that was what you expected coming out here with me.
I was really hoping I'd be able to keep the head.
Really, though, the head's rot. It's not
Oh,
exactly-
just for a while, you know, just so I could take it back and be like, look what your captain has brought you, you ungrateful shitbags.
Oh, she sticks them to the front of the boat. They're a nightmare to clean off.
Very interesting.
But it is
Not
not.
to
But
mention the flies.
the flies are a nightmare.
Pollyanna, you also noticed up the far end while you were doing your perusals, you noticed a couple of large casks of rum. And
Take a while to find anything from here that you need to take or feel the need to take. Preferably nothing of religious meaning, if we can avoid that. This is, after all, a temple to Gesme, so...
Would I be correct in assuming that this fine coat would not be considered religious?
Seems fine.
I'm having a religious experience with this new loincloth I got here.
and I think we'll leave it there.
Hey-yo.
On a good final note.
Finian says, I think I'm having a religious experience, but it could be a concussion.
Well played. I am remiss from our raiders, Anna Murphy and Fucks You Twitch, and been a while. Thank you very much for the follows, you bloody champions. Avast, mateys,
Welcome
you wee
on.
scallywags. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a marvelous adventure. I hope you've enjoyed. And now we're going to do something that I've borrowed from the Dreaded GM a long time ago. When I first started playing on Twitch, I played a game with Dread over on Game On Australia, and it was really fun. And one of the things we started doing there, and I've kept doing it ever since, is favourite moments. So Mitch has had to suffer through a lot of it, but I'm very fond of it. So what we're going to do now is do that. Chat, if you have favourite moments as well, we'd love to hear what you think. We will go around the table, and the new tradition is to type !roll space 5 in chat to determine. I'm number 1, Matt's number 5. Let's find out. At number 4, we are talking about Karen first. Favorite Polyani moments. Ladies, gents, put up your favorite Polyani moments in chat. We'd love to hear what you think. Guys, what do we think Karen did well today?
Oh, I've got one. Middle of a giant magical storm. Screw safety. I'm going to stand on the jib and pose like a legend.
Yeah. Polly wants a head. Bishop Blood, that was mine, damn it! Polly wants a crackers, Polly wants a heads, all of those things, excellent. Leaning in heavily on the being a parrot. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just, the lines as you're going into the combat for every round of attacking. Polly wants some violence. Another one, great one. You're right. He's definitely like the parrot thing. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I think I have to go with Polly wants a stabbing as well. I think that came in before Polly wants a head. Love that thing, but also just, I mean, having played with this character now before, you were so much more extravagant this time. So it's like even getting on the rowboat, there wasn't even a question you were going to grab a damn oar. You were just posing at the front. Love it.
My escapades have really given me an inflated sense of my own self-worth.
I think so. And like, whilst you're also leaning heavier on the orb of time than you were last time as well. And I think, it's that last experience seemed to have unhinged her slightly with the ghost ship. And now she's like, well, if Arthur can do it, so can I, bloody hell. I held the orb of time, for God's sake. So she's just not shutting up about it. And I love it. She's grown so much in that time. It's been great. Karen, favorite self moment?
Oh, my random Irish accent?
Yeah.
Where that came from? Not sure. Like, I just
Let's
tried to
stick with
do
it. It's very
Polyani's
her
voice.
now.
And Irish came out. So I guess she's Irish now.
As I recall, Dread actually played in the first time Polyani was a thing. It was the game
I think it was
AJ
more of a
ran.
classic pirate voice.
Yeah.
Like a Varst me Harshies and stuff, which is a little bit Irish, to be fair.
Yeah.
But she went more Irish this time.
Yeah. I think you played that one with Dread and John from Phoenix as well. I feel like Phoenix was an elephant. Yeah, in the Orb of Time episode. Anyway, let us, can I have an ! Roll space 4 in chat, please, to determine who we should talk about next. Yes, that is correct. Man, that was a long time ago. It was 2 years ago in September, because it was the 19th of September. Omi rolled a 1 on the dice. We're talking about me. Favorite DM moments. I can't even shirk out of it. I hate this system. Damn you, Omi. Favorite DM moments.
I'll take the description of the jellyfish. I was I was a massive fan of that. I don't know. Just something about it seemed really ethereal and calming. Even though they were just these weird, massive, glowing jellyfish. I don't know. It's just something about it seemed really cool, and I like the fact that they led to safety.
Yeah.
Very, very unique. So I was a big fan of that.
I was a big fan of Carl, I think. I mean, I like that you kind of inserted this everyman calling us on our bullshit in the middle of the shot journey. That was quite a fun balance. Like that.
Vision T-Rex boss. Thank you, Omi. Yes, I'm glad I'm glad you like that.
Mitch, you bloody stole mine. The fact that the siren jellyfish were good guys was really good. But I'm a DM myself, and I like a good battle map. And this was custom made, I think, I have
modified. I will not take credit for all of it. It is a custom made, but I didn't make it. On Dungeon Fog, but I did modify. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very unique thing to have a vision in your mind, and then be able to give someone a map to say this is where you are. And I was barely noticing the map until I needed to find out where I was on it, because your descriptions of the space and the open archways and the leading us towards the fountain, it was just a very very inviting way to go and get into a fight.
Thank you. Favorite self. I really liked. I was quite proud of my prep today because there was an awful lot of. I did a lot more baking in of how things could possibly have gone. Normally, I leave that very much to I'll figure out how it goes as it goes. I expect this to happen. There was a couple of things you guys didn't do, but if I had to pinpoint a single thing, I really like the mechanic of giving something, having to sacrifice something, and it will be my favorite Nevermore moment. I'm just highlighting that right now. What you chose to give away, definitely my favorite thing. But we haven't gotten to Mitch moments yet. I think the dark green water.
I loved the crew just deciding to fuck off.
That was prepped. I did write that down.
The crew were like, nah, fuck this.
There
we're
were
outta
several
here, mate.
options. If you had failed to safely navigate through the storm, you'd have run aground, and the crew would have fucked off then. They would have been like, nah, screw this. And yeah, there was always an option for you to convince them to stay, but you cocked it up, and then Nevermore was like, right, I'm going to take a swing at this, and that worked. You got the number you needed.
I would have fireballed them, so I'm glad
Nevermore.
I didn't have to.
Yes.
Best spell.
Serum says, oh, except that one time where he got confused by a rock. No, I will never let this go. Yeah, I know. My theater of the mind, I used to adore, but I have started doing the maps more for everybody else because I've learned I was operating under the false assumption that everybody could see what I was seeing in my mind, I'm dyslexic, and one of the minor superpowers that come with being dyslexic is the capacity to image a three-dimensional space in your head. Most dyslexics can do it. What I didn't know is that most people can't. And that I was expecting all these people to be following along with me, and they had no idea where they were. I was like, I genuinely didn't realize that not everyone could do that. I'm really sorry. Here's some maps. It was just more effort than I could be bothered with at the time. But I used to do it, and I should be doing more of it. But yeah, this one definitely felt like a let's have a battle map for the 100th episode. Alrighty, thank you. I have been thoroughly flattered. Bishop Blood, would you do me the favor of typing !roll space 3 in chat? And if you haven't already typed !ticket, do so. 3. Got a 3 on the dice. That would be, in this order, Matt. We're talking about Finian.
Finian fucking hitting Carl over the head with the book when he got back on the boat.
I'm going to write off that one, actually.
Stop.
Finian's interactions with Carl generally. No, wasn't Carl. It was the guy who replaced Carl at the wheel.
Oh, the stare.
The stare into the camera. So good.
That was so good.
Amazing.
That was excellent work.
That was brilliant.
Bishop Blood says, we have a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
I
Bishop
thoroughly,
Dread, you are in the giveaway.
I thoroughly enjoyed being the second mate to Finian's first mate. Just some of the minor little interactions we had as part of the crew. For someone who I've never played with, it was an absolute gem to be the long-suffering crew of Pollyanna. So that was that was quite a treasure to me.
I feel like Polly doesn't do much work on the boat anymore.
Yeah.
No. He's mostly there for a figurehead. Omi says, favorite Finian, a breakdancing monk with a chain book? Fucking awesome. Yeah. Finian and Pollyanna haven't had an outing in almost a year now. And it was episode 3 of season 2 of Monsters and Magic. It was a while back. So, yeah, they've grown a huge amount in this time. It's really, really cool to see. I have a much clearer idea of who he is. When Matt said, I want this book on a chain, and then I think Nelderberry came in first with the, let me get the chain of command. And that became what that was. I wasn't certain that was what Matt was going for, but yes, let me get the chain of command so I can beat you with it is such an excellent phrase. Yeah, that was very, very cool. Mitch?
Yeah, I was a big fan of the constant quoting of the ledger. That was a great kind of thing to call back to. It was very clear kind of what role Finian had on the ship in terms of handling all of the bookkeeping and all that kind of stuff. So constantly quoting the clauses and everything within it, and then taking those words and using it as a weapon. I loved, absolutely loved the fact that it was attached to a chain. I didn't see that coming. So yeah, it's a weapon in all fronts.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Josh, next Tax 6 Tuesday, can we please have a way of bureaucracy monk?
Bureaucrat monk. Bishop Blood says Finian being a super scary with the mutiny guy. Yeah. I never didn't see it coming from him. I didn't feel that vibe from him at all. But then, yeah, all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's why Poliani keeps him around. That makes sense. That tracks.
He's
yeah.
handy.
He is actually a very good first mate. Yeah.
He reduces my insurance liabilities and he keeps the guys in line.
That's what you want.
Very slightly unhinged bureaucrat.
Yeah. I think all bureaucrats are, really. You have to be to even go into it.
But to be fair, Poliani's fairly unhinged, so...
I use a key point to do filed in triplicate. Yes, excellent, been a while. Excellent. Been a while, you now have inspiration. And can you, Matt, tell me your favorite moment while Been a While rolls a roll space 2! Exclamation mark roll space 2.
Flip the coin.
Oh look, I'm very happy to have gone out swinging in the fight. So kind of knocking a T-Rex for sick and then wailing on this guy before being swung out. I thought it was a fitting way. If I was going to go down in combat, I was happy that was the way it went.
Yeah, got bitten by a T-Rex and survived the experience. That's pretty good. And Been a While has rolled a 2, which means we're talking about Mitch. Favorite Mitch moments. I've already said mine, so I'll say it again. I really enjoyed. What did I say? Now completely fled from my mind.
The
It was giving the book away.
Yeah, giving the book away, giving your dad's book away. And when I threw the curveball at you, it's not just the book; it's the knowledge as well. This is a pool of Gesme. She collects knowledge. You still went with it. I was like, that is sick. That is very, very, very characterful. And it talk about growth in 100 episodes. Nevermore has come an awfully long way. Like,
Definitely.
keeping Rule 3 as now Rule 2 would have been a good way to keep all the rules, but I'm glad you didn't try and cheat. Because
no, I didn't want to.
OG Nevermore would have.
Yeah, I chose the most important one, the most important one to remember.
Yeah.
I think so. Because he's only got 2 of his own rules at the moment, and that's never leave your friends behind, and now he's got that second one. So yeah, it's cool.
Very, very cool.
I've been watching the Humblewood for probably far too long or not long enough. I forget how it works. But there is nothing more Nevermore pre and post than shielding lightning. No, I don't care that this is coming from the heavens. I can stop this because I'm the best and lightning is a peasant.
I'm fucking Nevermore.
Yeah. So that was my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I have to say, I love the threatening fireball crew. I mean, it's kind of like after all the pitiful attempts at persuasion, and it was funny because there's this weird tonal shift in it because there's almost this super comedic attempt to try and get this crew to stay, and then you're like, you want to die, fuckers?
But actually, seriously.
and that's the thing that worked. And die peasants and like
Have you been keeping count? I don't know. Is it 5? Was it 5 shots or was it 6? I don't know myself right now. But so the real question is, you feeling lucky, peasants?
No, I love that. Love the threat out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was
this is
cool.
how you intimidate someone.
Yeah, I was like, and it's not something we've actually really seen from Nevermore before. Like, he's a jovial, almost buffoon most of the time, but then every now and again, you get some seriously hardcore shit comes out of his mouth. Yeah, it was dope. Karen?
I think you guys have said all of mine. I just love Nevermore generally. I don't think I've actually played with you before, Mitch.
We've never actually played together before. No, I mean, like I've played with Kesh, but that was back before Kesh was you.
Yeah,
you were
pre Karen Kesh.
Karen came on very briefly, just before the aspect of firefight. Karen was Kesh once, very briefly on screen. At the same time as Nevermore, but yeah. she led your allies in a distracting tactic.
I
But
remember that now. Yeah.
yeah,
Aw.
with the exception of about 10 minutes of interaction, maybe. You two have never been on screen at the same time.
So it was really lovely to finally get to do that.
Which is also funny because Karen also plays a Corvum spellcaster as well that Nevermore will get along with famously, I think.
Oh, really?
Catherine
Yeah,
Corvumus.
Yeah. She's terrifying, but
Rogue Sorcerer Cross. Very, very good.
I did not realize how terrifying she was until I made her, and then I was
It's a
like,
very
oh, shit.
potent combo.
Before we move on, I don't know whose idea it was with the map, and I'm kind of touching on Bishop Blood a little bit, but the fact that no one could see it and Nevermore had to look really, really carefully at it, is that because it was a magic eye? You know, those maps that you needed to make.
Oh, God.
You have.
If that was intentional,
I'm
you
taking away
bastards.
your inspiration.
That's fair. I didn't use it.
No, is the answer.
I liked that my mind instantly, my own kind of favorite moment was I really liked that my mind instantly snapped to the rule book, as that's what I was going to sacrifice. Because I've, like, in the lead up to this session, I've gone on my character sheet a number of times and just clicked through all the tabs to make sure I remembered everything that I needed to, and one of the sections is just this big long section of notes, and that was there's so many rules that I've got here from Dad's book, and I was like, all of those, I'm almost tempted to delete them, but I'm like, no, I want them there for posterity, you know. I need to have them there, but yeah, I'm glad that's what I chose, because in many ways, since really beginning playing Nevermore, he's moved further away from his father and kind of accepted more of a role for himself rather than living in his father's shadow. So yeah, that was a big kind of step in that direction as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been raided again. Raided by the Lawrite. Guys, thank you so much for the raid, Ardana, you bloody champion. How are you? Vast and ahoy, mateys. Please throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat and smash out !ticket to go into our giveaway draw for our 100th episode. We are down to our final person for favorite moments, but I will quickly go back in chat because there was a couple. Omi says favorite Nevermore.
I thought of another thing.
Oh yeah.
When the dude like appears and is like, "You can't take the thing," and Nevermore was like, "Fuck you! I can't take the thing. What you gonna do about it? I'm taking the thing. Come and stop me, bitch."
You better walk away now, motherfucker.
Just
favorite
no
Nevermore.
hesitation, no fear. Oh no, I'm sorry. You misunderstood. I'm taking it.
Yeah. Tackle Knot
Sorry,
X.
Obi.
Tackle Knot, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Thanks for the follow, guys. Yes, smash those tickets out. Omi says favorite Nevermore ties in with Josh with the pool, but specifically Nevermore writing down at least something from his dad's rules, even though he won't remember why it's. That was lovely. And second one, okay, you Luma fuck. You want this back? Come take it, Fireball. And Bishop Blood says occasional stopping and staring off into the distance. Also, the map being blank. Really good. Yes, absolutely. Eldorian Tales, hello. Good to see you. Roro, this is me actively not entering. Good. You're a player in the current campaign. You won something the last time we did a thing. Right. And that leaves us with one lucky last, our special guest, first time in the world player, Nelderberry. Favorite Nelderberries in chat. Well, actually, we should roll for it, let's be honest. Exclamation mark, roll, space, 1. I rolled a D1. I got a 1! Nelderberry, it's you. Yeah, I thought it might be. So, favorite Nelderberry moments, favorite Otto moments.
Love the omens. The omens,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
everything
that's a bad
being
omen.
just this incredibly useful, miserable, sad sack on the ship. I mean, it's because every time an omen was found, you also had solutions to manage it, but just the despair that would come from it, it was a cool tone to the character. And what I enjoyed about that, similar to what you said before, was this kind of synergy between Finian and yourself. You've got this really cautious character, this really neurotic character, and I love the combination of them managing an increasingly useless captain.
I was
I
going
like
to
that a
say
lot.
that. I was going to say that. I have two.
How dare you imply that Polyani is useless? She held the orb of time.
This
I think
shit again.
the three of them actually form, like, put their skills together and get one decent captain. So Polyani is the charisma that is required with when you add in the bureaucracy and the seamanship of the other two. I loved the. It's already been pointed out, but I'm going to go on it a little bit more because, given how quickly it was, how fast Matt and Nate found that balance between the two. When Otto first started talking, none of us knew what was coming. So when it happened, we
Not
were
even
just
me.
like, oh, okay, that's who we're dealing with. Right. And it took less than 20 minutes for them to have a rapport. A character that Matt hasn't played in nearly a year, and a character that Nate hasn't ever played, and instantly there was a meeting of the minds between these two chucklefucks, and it was really lovely. I also, because that's already been mentioned a little bit, I do have a second one, but I will wait, because I'm a good boy.
I will jump in. I like when players are able to flavor their combat, and you were doing that with the use of shells. And I thought that was a really unique, great way of doing it. And you know, shells because turtles. Yeah, I just thought that was great. That when somebody's just like, I cast this and then that's it. You know, it's so different from like I reach into my shell bag and blah. So kudos to you for that. That was great.
So just on that, I had no idea that that's how I was going to do it until we got to the entrance of the temple, because I had, you guys were all off doing other stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to go collect shells. I got nothing else to do.
I have no ritual casting.
But the thing is, so Otto is a grave cleric, but what's the grave on the open sea? Davy Jones' locker. So shells are all from the bottom of the ocean floor. That's what Davy Jones' locker is. He's a long-necked turtle. The bottom feeders on the seafloor. So I just thought, kind of makes sense. It'll be fun.
It's still animal folk, Bishop Blood, so yeah, I have no issue with turtles in Humblewood. We've had an axolotl. And there's been a lizard folk as well, and both the Axel technically used water genasi stats, though I had decided lizard folk, but Shro overruled me, and then we have also had a lizard folk NPC, because I know there are lizard folk coming, but we don't have rules for them yet, so I'm fine with them, but I think, turtles make total sense. In the larger world of Everdeen, it's huge. I loved Otto came to life in no time at all. Felt like a real character so quickly. It's sometimes hard to feel that to a group of viewers. To feed that to a group of viewers. Yeah, absolutely tackled.
You're telling me. I was as surprised as you guys were when he came
out. Do we have any others? I have a second. I have a tiny one and also a big one. I really liked the description of your cloak of billowing.
The whole loincloth. I was like, I've got a
spiritual experience with my loincloth.
Experience with my loincloth. Just fantastic.
Nate, favorite self?
Ooh, I don't know if I want to steal Path to the Grave because I think that might be Karen's, but that was pretty good.
It was.
Yeah, it'll be Path to the Grave. Like, what did I say in the Eldritch Scribe game, Josh? Clerics don't hit with...
no, other people do the work. Yeah.
Yeah. And that no one embodies, clerics don't hit with weapons, they hit with the other players.
Yeah.
And
They
no
hit
one
with the
embodies
paladin,
that.
I think was what you said. Because that was what I was.
But the cleric, no one embodies that better than the grave cleric. The grave cleric has Path to the Grave where, I'm going to hit you and I'm going to hit you hard with that guy. And I think I should have held it the first time, but just
It worked out well.
Just the way that Finian was beaten to hell, and we missed that turn, and then Pollyanna coming in with this huge 52. I'll go back and check the log,
Yeah,
but
it was
I think it
52
was
in total.
52 in total. Monster, absolute monster, and that was really satisfying. And I love combo moves. I really love combo moves in D&D. It doesn't do them well, but I really love it. And just being able to celebrate a big hit on someone else's turn as well, it just makes it feel like a good team. It's a lot of fun. I love grave clerics. They're awesome.
That was going to be my other point. But if you had something to say, Karen, go for it.
Oh, it was also giving Nevermore the little. What was it called?
Oh, Death Ward.
Death Ward.
Yeah.
It's a very smart move. Yeah. I just wanted to activate it. I just wanted to get him down just once. Just.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll try not to be so amazing next time.
It's like the mouth comes down. I'm like, here we go. Oh, fuck.
To be fair, Karen, from my perspective, you could have been just slightly more amazing. Yeah, a little bit like.
No, this is good. It gives me something to aim for. Thank you.
I mean, yeah. If you guys hadn't been there, I don't think Nevermore would have managed that one. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Can I just say something? Can we just, like, everybody watching right now, can we get a massive congratulations to Josh for 100 episodes, DMing 100 episodes of Humblewood? That is incredible. No, seriously.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you. I'm stoked that I get to be a part of the 100th episode. Honored, and that I was there for the first. And it's been a journey for you and for everybody. So yeah, congratulations for taking it where you have, because only you could have done this. So well done.
I did a little bit of math. It's 100 episodes, of which one player has been in 81 of them.
Who could that possibly
Dan
be?
fucking Swelto has been in 81 of the 100 episodes. However, Trish Caper has been in 60.
Woo.
Huge.
Which well surpasses any of Dan's single characters. Dan splits his pretty much evenly between Helvig and Bennick. The coming third place in terms of number of episodes total to been in is Karen. With 44. Mitch is just slightly behind with 41. And then AJ is 2 behind that because she's missed a couple on 39. That's the top 5. Then after that it gets... then it's Brendan with 37.
So if you're counting in mind the ones where I just turn up because I'm in the house and they want to message me...
In which case you're probably neck and neck with Mitch.
Then I think Mitch might be
in actual terms of... You'd probably be at 41 even then, so you're probably neck and neck. So yes, 100 episodes, 28 player characters, 18 players thus far. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. We've still got 3 more episodes of Midnight of Madness this season. They've got to go to the Amber Temple and kill a lich. That's going to be super easy. They're going to Extantar. And then we're back for Humblewood Civil War. Kesh dealing with the whole... Kesh has actually met a deity as well now. She's met Kren. Kren was a super nice guy, and I will fight you if you disagree.
but he's given me a real ethical conundrum. How am I supposed to deal with that?
Well, guys, we have been, as everybody said, their favorite Elderberry moments. I think so. Good. Excellent. Splendid. Well, then we will go away from here now. But before we do that, we need to talk about these splendid and individual people. Matt, who the heck are you?
Me, Matt, actor, teacher, role-playing enthusiast. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, buddy. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hi, I am Karen, otherwise known as the mother of bunnies. You can find me here tomorrow night playing Dream Daddy. But otherwise I'll probably be back to play more Humblewood at some point. Or you can follow me on Twitter and watch me get mad at random people, Mother O Bunnies. Or you can follow my burlesque alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, on Instagram. I, for some reason, entered into Miss Burlesque WA this year, so I'll be doing that in June. If anyone's in Perth and wants to come down and support. Bit of a different vibe to D&D, but you know, I'm not here to judge. Mainly because it would be judging myself. And yes, you can go listen to There Be Dragons podcast, where I play Ralph Twist.
I do apologize, and I need to make a retraction. That's not the first time someone's fought an Astorial in this world. Menzeloth, of course. Menzeloth is a fucking Astorial. And you did fight one, and he turned into something like a T-Rex as well. It seems to be their thing.
Lately.
Yeah. But
I have to learn that.
it wasn't polymorph is the trick. They can just straight up transform. Mitch, who the heck are you? You big old daddy, you.
Hopefully my mic's still working. Yes, it is. Beautiful. How you going, everybody? Thank you so much for coming along. I'm so stoked to have been here for the 100th episode. I'm Mitch. You can find me on Twitter at Mitch_Earnshaw, where I just post random things on Twitter. That's right, of course. Thank you. I love that you've got it down as Twitter. Yep. But it was a pleasure to be here, pleasure to play with these amazing people, and looking forward to continuing on this story of Nevermore whenever it happens next.
Hell yeah. Now he has the halo of
I need a halo.
Yeah. And Nelderberry, who the absolute heck are you, you splendid individual?
Hello, everyone. When I'm not terrorizing the Corsairs Cove D&D chat or blatantly stealing the wild magic table you created yesterday, I'm Nate. I'm one half of Woodenforge, the makers of, I think, the world's best heirloom quality D&D tabletop accessories. Not necessarily D&D, but whatever tabletop game you want to play, we probably make an accessory for it. Hand-turned pens, Sheark dice trays that are cups, apparently. Just something for everyone. And I really encourage you guys to check out woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. It helps out the channel. We love being able to be partnered with Josh, and it's an absolute joy to be part of a series that I've not even in professional capacity, just as a fan, just as an absolute fan. Josh, you are the master of this campaign setting. I think everyone will echo that, and it's been an absolute treasure to be invited and to create some silly little turtle in part of this.
I wouldn't have called that would be where it went when I backed the Kickstarter some 5 years ago. And Madame and Monsieur, Dame und Herren.
Whoa. Stop. Before you do that. If you look behind your chair.
Oh, you sneaky fucks. You and Aaron, you sneaky fuckers. What am I looking for?
There's an orange bag on the floor.
All right. I was right. It was an Aaron. Oh!
So the smaller one is from them as well, but
Okay.
I organized that one. Then they surprised me with the second one. So you get 2 happy anniversary presents from me and...
Good God, bitch. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Holy shit.
You need to
That
touch
tiger's
one.
eye.
Expands.
Oh, Karen. So my favorite semi-precious stone is Tiger's Eye. And the D6, I mean, they're all very, very pretty, but the D6 is like got that striated nature to it. I'm going to turn off my thing so you can see properly. These, look at these, beautiful.
Oh, one just fell out.
Yeah, it's making its escape.
You're gonna need some photos on the Discord,
pretty.
man. Straight
Yes,
to the
there will be.
Oh,
Yes,
they're
they
amazing.
These
'Cause,
are proper stone dice. Oh my god.
Because they look dark, and then you catch the light in them, and you get the wonderful
They
gold
glow.
of the tiger's eye.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the D6. The D6, particularly pretty. Look at the. Can you see the striations in the stone? I hecking love Tiger's Eye. It's my favorite.
We'll take some pretty pictures.
The numbers are in carved in and apparently painted silver as well. Oh my god! All right, I'm going to be playing with those. Wow! Thank you so much. And then this bad boy. I haven't opened it before. Boop boop. Ooh! Oh! It's Humblewood 100th episode.
Oh wow!
Adventurer's chest, I believe.
Yep.
Yay! There it is.
That was Aaron's idea, with some help with Karen and
Chewit.
Yeah.
That is
One of the 6 forest giants of the Australian Southwest, with the largest Chewit forest in the world, populated by current township of Perth.
Something Chewit Hill.
Ah, of course. Oh my goodness. And on the back we have the wooden forge as well. And little padded inserts. So cool. Such good idea. Much wow. Guys, oh my god. Thank you so much. I'm actually... I don't have words. That's amazing. Thank you so very, very much. I am touched. I be the Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Courses Cove, where I roll some exceptionally pretty dice and play silly games with my friends. Apparently I've been doing it for an awfully long time. If you like my majestic voice, you can find me here tomorrow night playing Dream Daddy Dad Dating Simulator with my lovely wife, the mother of bunnies. If you think I could turn the voice just down a little bit and the face down completely, then you can check me out on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scanfelspar und his little dragon, Rush. There's Rush right there. So, Karen, while the last people in chat type !ticket to enter the draw, can you tell me about Ukraine, please?
Ukraine, yes. Sadly, another anniversary has rolled around, and that is the anniversary of the Ukraine war. Those damn Russians. So if you have some spare pennies that you would like to send to help out the Ukrainian people, we have 2 links up in chat. First one is for the Emergency Action Appeal. This is just straight up a bunch of charities from Australia that are trying to help Ukrainian refugees specifically. So you can go there, pick your charity and donate. Or if you want something with a little D&D flavor, the second link is for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which, as the name suggests, is a wonderful Slavic-inspired little mini D&D booklet. It's got subclasses, it's got creatures, it's got a one-shot in there, which we played. You can watch it on our YouTube if you want to get a little sneaky peek. It's got a gorgeous map in it as well. It's really lovely. Minimum donation is £1. But as I am fond of joking, if you want to be able to brag about your £1,000 D&D booklet, nothing's stopping you from doing it.
Yeah, that is something that could happen
Other
to
than
you.
the relentless onslaught of capitalism, but we understand.
So, I am going to just highlight, because I really liked it. It was very flattering. Tackle not X. If you don't like his voice, just mute and enjoy the handsome bastard. Alrighty. Guys, I hope you have all got your !tickets in, because we will now close the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, let us draw a winner. Lilith! Lilith wins! Congratulations, Lilith! You have won a collection of Corsairs Cove little goodies, including, but not limited to, this beautiful Corsairs Cove D2, or coin, if you will. We also have a Paparotica notepad for making D&D notes in, handcrafted by the wonderful Karen Schlink herself. Out of old flyers that we didn't get rid of. And then there is a couple more bits and pieces. We have some Corsairs Cove branded stickers. And what was the other thing, Karen? I'm going to
put in a pin.
A Yusuf pin.
Yeah, we have little
if you want to check out our lovely little Yusuf friend, he is now part of Corsairs Cove as well, because he is on our YouTube channel, where he makes little videos about multiclasses you may not yet have considered. And they're good fun. And I'm trying one out soon on Ardana's channel. I'm trying out my monk druid cross. It's a pretty decent combo. Very fond Seen some of them. Excellent, Lilith. Good. Well, yes, you're getting a Yusuf face pin as well. Congratulations. That's splendid. Right, guys, we've been streaming for altogether far too long. We should go and raid somebody. And I think because this is a celebration of 100 episodes, we should go and raid somebody that we used to raid back in the day. Because Agent Number 1 is currently and we haven't raided Agent in a gosh darn while. Agent Number 1, I was in the first game I ever played on Twitch as a grumpy old man, his own self. Yeah, that was where Uncle Val came around. So we will go and raid Agent Number 1. He is playing some Total War Warhammer, probably Total War Warhammer 3. I wonder if he has some of the Dowie Tsar. Matt, I don't know if you're aware, Matt, but the Chaos Dwarves are coming to Total War and for it.
Oh,
So, guys,
I've been waiting.
Yes. Not at all. Not something I'm interested in. All right. Yes, Karen's about to lose me for a month. Right, so we're going to go and raid Agent. We will say goodbye, everybody, and drop the love on Agent. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell him where you came from. Show him the love like we always do. And we will see you tomorrow night for Dream Daddy Dad Dating Simulator, or Monday night for more Humblewood, Strumblewood, if you will. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Whee!